Oh, what's going on, everybody? Pescator in the house. Get myself situated. What's cracking, everybody, on this Friday night? Oh, we don't have no one here tonight. Everyone is out partying. We're kicking it tonight. We're going to be talking about some fake drama. Okay, duty. We'll talk about fake drama. We'll talk about other shit that's not involving Local Live, that's involving Keem as well. So it's more of an all-arounded thing when I say drama father, not just Local Live, because that's not the only thing he's got his hands in. What else we got going on? We got shit. I was just watching a DSP video from Duty, as a matter of fact, showing him talking about Rich and the human children, quote unquote. I only watched it up to that part because I was like, oh my God, I might have to watch this on stream with everyone else, because this is just this is crazy. Both locals going at it. Rich versus DSP. And I know that Keemstar has caught wind of it and he knows what's going on and he is watching. So that's going to be nice, fun content next week coming up as soon as you. Oh, there's Duty right there. Oh, what's happening, Duty? Duty in the motherfucking house, y'all. The Detractor Verse Clipper of the Year. It's not Rookie of the Year because he's been doing this more than a year, so we just can't give him the old Rookie of the Year. We'll give him MVP 2024. What's going on, bro? What else we got going on? The Kris Tyson shit hit the fan. As soon as I was done with the stream, after we got done with the stream last time on Wednesday, that's when Beast put out his PR statement, the statement that he bought from his lawyer. It's comprehensive, but it would be nice to see what's going on, Phoebe. What's going on, Rooftop Korean? It would be nice to see something in video form, because he is a YouTuber, so him putting up a tweet and just kind of brushing it up against underneath the rug right there, it doesn't sit well with me. I think he needs to at least address it in video format. Shit, I mean, they've done hundreds of thousands of hours of video format. What's going to be an extra 15 minutes just explaining? Or not even 15 minutes. Make it 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be an apology. It just has to be your side, because the shit is going to get deeper. I mean, it's only been a day or two, and if y'all haven't seen the Discord leaks, then woo. And these aren't kids talking to kids either. I mean, that dude was well in his 20s, I think, by the time all that was going on. So it's disgusting. I'm trying to figure out a way to talk about it without having to be not demonetized, but just like hit all around. You know what I'm saying? But let's see who's up in the chat tonight. SAN on. Kirscher versus Dev still going on. That's still cracking. That's we could talk about that if y'all want to. I haven't really kept up with it. I've just been doing the top line stuff. Pessimistic Otaku, MrBeast won't do that, too risky. I agree. I do agree. He put out the tweet. That's probably as much risk as he wanted to put himself in. But if it was just an employee, I get it. But this kid was like with him from the start, has equity in the brand. They can't go back through all these videos and like blur his face out. He might not be in videos to come, but god damn, is he in a lot in the archive. So it's not like it's a problem that you can just edit out. Omega, what's happening? Sounds like YouTube is suppressing the whole MrBeast thing. It's bad for business. I agree. There's the one video that we might look at a little bit at that has like 400,000 views, but they're saying it's shadow banned. I was able to find it pretty easily, so I don't know if I agree with that, but that's the video everyone is talking about. The r/YouTube drama subreddit, they were trying to keep it under wraps until it just was like a dam that overflowed. And with the confirmation of the leaks, with Beast posting, it was just like a free-for-all. And Keem and Gino were at the forefront of that. So I don't want to take that away from them. They were working hard on that at the same time that dumbass Local Live shit with Boogie was going on. So, I'm we can talk about how funny and bullshit Local Live is, but on the other side of it, there really is good business going on over there. It's just not involving Boogie or Wings or Tommy or anything. Yeah, Terabyte. This year is getting really fucking crazy because who knows what's going to come out next. I mean, we've already got a Discord with not safe for work stuff for minors, and the minor has to point that out to the adult, Kris Tyson, and it's just fucked from jump. I mean, I don't understand. Well, I take that back. I would understand how certain people would get involved with that, and there is a lot of red flags that Kris put out in the beginning. So, you can't really feel bad for Jimmy because he had a front row seat for it for years. D-Roy, what's happening? Wild to see last year Sniper Wolf in trouble. Now this year, MrBeast. Yeah, crazy. Graybox was happening. It's all grim. You're telling me. It's so grim that I've had to take up live streaming. That's how fucking grim it is. Captain, what's cracking? You're not late for anything, dude. We're just chilling. Boba, what's cracking? Can't go a month without someone being outed as a scumbag. Money. Normally it's money, access to, in this case, since he is a PDF file, easy access to children, because he might have a small child, but the children that he wants to interact with are, preteens, it seems. So him being involved in the MrBeast crew probably was like bees to honey, basically. I mean, I know that's gross, but there's probably not a kid in America that wouldn't work in the Discord of somebody that's peripheral to MrBeast and is not a weirdo in the beginning. And then after a while, it just starts little bit by little bit. And, all of a sudden he's transitioning to a woman and all this inappropriate stuff is going on. And you've got one kid saying, no, it wasn't like that. I wasn't groomed or anything. And then the next day he comes out and we'll get to it. D-Roy, the mind rot people are defending Ava in any of the comments. If you say he instead of she, I don't care. He, she, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. He can say, she can say whatever she wants. He better be lucky that she is not going to prison. Or maybe, maybe he's looking out for them. Maybe that's the next step. Because a lot of times this stuff starts with like just a little bit of a rumor. I know everyone remembers, what's his name? Austin. Fuck, why can't I remember his name? The kid that got 10 years for telling young girls to twerk. This is going to drive me crazy. Hold on. Austin Jones, that's what it was. Austin Jones got a 10-year prison sentence for, I don't think it was a Discord. I think it was like a private chat. Might have been a private chat. It was something along those lines. It might even have been a Snapchat, to tell you the truth. So it doesn't really take, yeah, see? YouTuber Austin Jones gets 10 years. This was back in 19. Admitted to encouraging 6 underage girls to send him sexually explicit videos and private messages, telling them they needed to prove somehow they were their biggest fans. Okay. Now the girls sent videos of them twerking and stuff. He got 10 years for that. So we already know that that Kris has gone too far with minors, extreme minors, 13 years old in Discord, which is like the breeding ground for these fuckers. So, we might be headed to that next step. It's not, there is a precedent. and there's been other people too, Lion Maker, a lot of people. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, Jason Long, I would say it or creature or demon. I mean, I don't see how Jimmy just didn't nip that shit in the bud when he saw it coming down. He must have something on Jimmy. And that's the other thing. If if Kris just takes the payout, because if he does own equity in there, he just needs to get paid out. He doesn't need to be someone on the board or a shareholder in something, because he's always going to cause a problem from now on to the end of time. It's going to be a problem. So he just either needs to get paid out or they need to take his ass to court. Which this is the problem. If they do take him to court, then Kris might have the dirt to go against Jimmy. I don't know. I have no idea. But just having been in a few court cases myself, I know that it gets pretty nasty. So, and we're talking millions here. I mean, I know that Beast is always talking about, oh, charity this, charity that, charity the other. The production company isn't charity. So there's money there. And if he bills out at like $100,000 an hour. So if you're in a MrBeast video, let's just say you're one of 4 principals in a MrBeast video. Fuck, that's like $40,000 in just reoccurring revenue in the first year for one video. So we're talking big money. And I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out. Yeah, never trust someone with a squeaky clean reputation. And he has a squeaky clean reputation as far as business is concerned, from what I have heard. But I also hear that he runs his people ragged, and he's like a pretty bad boss. Like, Keem's a pretty stern boss, but I think you would probably be able to reason with him more than Beast just because of the money involved. Like, when you're talking to Beast and he's billing himself out at $100,000, every minute that he speaks is, what's 100,000 divided by 60? $1,660, $66 for every minute. It's a lot of money. Like, just in the time that we've been talking, 17 minutes, he's made $28,000. Worked for a company that did payroll for MrBeast, and some of those payroll runs were insane. Oh, bro, if you ever can get old stubs of that just to show, that'd be crazy. But yeah, that I've heard that. Now he doesn't have the management company anymore. I don't know if the people that have been watching for a little bit when I started in quality content, we might have told this story before about Gundam being in LFM, which was an ad agency that Keem is pretty much the head of, or was the head of at the time, and it was through his lawyer that they had the agency, and they also rep Kai Cenat. A lot of people from New York. They repped a lot of people from New York, and they ended up selling that roster to Night Media, and Night Media was formed from MrBeast management team. You follow me? So the management team creates this business called Night Media, and they buy up LFM's roster. They buy up a few other people. They didn't grab Gundam at the time. I could tell that story later on, but he just wasn't. I don't think he was doing as much money as the other people, and they just wanted like the top 20% of everybody, it seemed. And where was I? Yeah, and then when Night Media came along, they did it for like a year, 2 years, and here recently, I think it was just a few months ago, that MrBeast fired his management company, and now it's just going to be him repping himself, doing everything in-house, and Night Media, I guess they're just going to continue on repping everyone in their portfolio. Let me show y'all real quick. This was going to be a story that I was going to do a little bit deeper stuff on, because I like the business aspect of YouTube. A lot of people don't. It used to be years ago that no one talked about how they made money on YouTube. And I think they did that simply because they wanted to gatekeep. They didn't, there was a long period where a lot of people didn't know exactly what they were doing on YouTube and they just had to fiddle around in the dark. But this was it right here. Oops. What the hell? Dominant YouTuber MrBeast is part, and this was back in May, I think. Yeah, the May. Dominant YouTuber MrBeast is parting way with his high-profile talent management company. Jimmy, the 25-year-old YouTube superstar, better known as Beast, has told Night Media in recent days that the company will no longer be his primary talent management agency. Two people briefed on the conversation told Semaphore. Donaldson, people said, is taking increasingly personal control of his business, which he has said last year brings in more than $600 million annually in revenue. The move is a mark of a growing power of giant creators across the entertainment industry. Donaldson recently made his first major Hollywood deal, selling the series Beast Games to Prime Video. Knight did not return comment because they lost their biggest fucking cow. And when you're doing the ad agency stuff, they normally, I know they were taking 20% from Gundam, and that's pretty much standard. But even if you just took 10% from Beast, we're talking, what, 600? So 60 million? And even if it's higher than that, if it's, we'll see, if it's 15%, it's 90. And 20%, it's 120. I mean, these are huge numbers just to be losing off your balance sheet every year. Jimmy, in and of itself, he's in an economy. Wherever he goes, he's an economy. There are so many people that work for him. That's why the production company is worth so much money. To hell with the charity. The charity is just where they run the sponsorship money through whenever they're doing big video stuff. But there are still production costs and still people that work in that business. And it's not a 501c or whatever it is. I forget what the 501 something. I might be thinking of when Sopranos. Let me see the 302. Let me see the 302. Let me do a little background music while I'm doing this shit. Oh, that's right, Terabit. Big Bang take Little Bang in that situation. I mean, Jimmy saved himself tens of millions of dollars just by not having an agent anymore. And I mean, fuck, he's been doing this for going on 8 years. He knows how it is. Damn, I know that Gundam could have done it by himself if he had the time. That's the only thing. These things take time. Dealing with sponsorships, dealing with the agents and stuff, they take time because they want revisions. And also, you kind of work on their timeline. And when you're working in content creation, especially like current content creation, current culture kind of stuff that flows with the algorithm, you can't really wait around for 48 hours to release a video because no one will give a shit. And that means the video is not worth anything, and that means the sponsorship is not really worth anything in the end. So it's a balance. It's a really cool balance, but it's stressful. And that's when a lot of YouTubers talk about having burnout, because you do have to keep up a certain pace, a certain rhythm in this game when you get to a certain level. Hate to sound like an ass, but there's always been something really off-putting to me about MrBeast. Well, I mean, I've always thought that it's a little bit weird for someone to have this extreme amount of charity, you know, just getting money to spend it, but also filming as you do it. So it's like a altruistic charity. It's that stuff that what's his face from FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, was trying to push. He's like, in the end, the ends justify the means, you know. So the means justify the end, whatever. And that's kind of how I look at what Jimmy's doing, even though he's helping people directly. like money direct to people's pockets, direct in people's pockets, you start to, they start to rely on you. And that's when you start to see people that have, you know, they don't want to mess up the bag. So stuff that they may see, they kind of turn a blind eye to it, you know. Maybe they didn't say something to Beast about that Shadman drawing. Maybe Beast saw, I've got pictures of Beast looking dead at it, you know. It's wild. Mike, when you got that big of a head, it's hard. When you got that big of a head, it's hard. But he somehow fits the sunshine in his head up there. Okay. Graybox, he's always been creepy. That dead-eyed stare and Granny, the way he always popped out of nowhere. Shit's weird. It is. Jason Long, same. Never trusted Beast. It's like he came out of nowhere. Mega rich overnight. Very suspicious. That was the thing. Is like, if you've ever seen one of, or looked at his interviews with just reporters, you know, someone, not a film type of thing. You can always tell when it's a MrBeast production thing, or when another production company is filming him, because he's always looks real uncomfortable on camera, but he's more uncomfortable when another production company is filming him. If you've ever seen how he lives, he basically lives in his office, and the office is just, there's nothing really exciting about it. If you could think about what PewDiePie's office looked like when he took over that big ass building from Penguin Island, or whatever it's called, it's the digital Penguin Island thing that Disney shut down, and they just gave PewDiePie this fucking building because they didn't know how to do anything with PewDiePie. So they were like, here's a building. So that's what I picture MrBeast's shit as. It's like they just gave him a building. He's like the Howard Hughes of the building. He's at the top floor, but he never leaves this area. It's got a bathroom, it's got a bed, it's got like a computer and an office, and maybe like a little kitchenette, and like that's all he needs, because this cat is like monk style living situation. Like, he doesn't flex. He has all the money in the world, but I've never heard about him, you know, talking about, well, I like cars, you know, I like art, I like something other than YouTube, something that doesn't involve like how to hack the algorithm of YouTube and just continuously build this snowball of like advertiser money, giving it away free. People love watching that. It creates views, makes a bigger channel. Advertisers come with more money. It, you know, goes into big production. It creates views. It's just this big cycle, big circle that he started ever since he was doing that. Oh, I'll say PewDiePie a million times and film it, you know. So someone like that, that's like, he's probably like real close to having autism. They don't mind giving up the next 10 years of their life to do this consistently, because they can do it and they don't give a goddamn. I don't ever really hear about his family either. I think he doesn't he have a kid? Let me see, because we're gonna go into other stuff besides this. I feel like I'm talking a little bit too much on this. Y'all having a good Friday night? Goonlander, I think the first super crazy ass thing he did was tipping a pizza guy a house. I forgot about that, but yeah, that was fucking pretty crazy. No, he doesn't have any kids. Didn't say anything about who he's dating now, but it looked like he broke up with her in 22. Brittany Blair, I understand being a workaholic, but damn, constantly worrying about making content for YouTube just cause, no flexing is strange. Let me find that interview, because it was a strange interview. Oh man, what was it? It was like MrBeast bills himself for $100,000. an hour, something like that. It was like a really clickbaity type. It might have been the life of MrBeast. There we go. We were going to do a video on this, Gundam was. I had mentioned it, but I think we just got too much other stuff going on. Because this wasn't too long ago. Yeah, April. MrBeast just revealed that he lives in a studio in his office. It's an important lesson in the meaning of success. MrBeast pulls in $700 million a year, yet lives in a cramped space attached to his office. Is that inspiring or sad? I don't know. Y'all tell me. As YouTube's top earner, MrBeast reportedly rakes in about $700 million a year. In some ways, he's lavish with his wealth, giving away millions to virtual charity giveaways and occasionally being spotted flying in super luxe first class. But in one important area of life, it turns out Donaldson chooses not to splash out. And according to the podcast, the Howie Mandel podcast, Donaldson explains that he actually lives in a cramped, sparse living quarters attached to his office and offers a tour of the tiny space. Check out the video starting on the minute 22 to see for yourself.
Part of our visit, because he gets up and I thought he was going to show me a map of where he lives. He takes me into where he lives, sleeps, thinks of ideas, where the magic happens.
A mansion?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
Watch this.
I'm in a building. This is a building. This is a studio. I said, do you live near here?
Of course, come on in.
So that's like a boardroom or a green room. And this is where he lives.
Yep, this is my bedroom. So, basically,
Look, this is amazing.
so we got the bed over here.
Yeah.
This is where I sleep. This is my bathroom. I shower.
What do y'all think? Looks like a medical bathroom, you know, the kind of stuff that you got to have in an office building. We've got a cheap curtain, little plant right here next to the twin. I don't even know what kind of bed this is. Kitty bed.
All right, everybody.
This is where you
dressed?
live?
Yeah.
Full time.
I mean, sometimes, you know,
I guess he used the supply closet as his clothes closet. And oh yeah, he's also really into oh my God, Steve Jobs. He's really into Steve Jobs. That's kind of like why he lives like a monk.
my girlfriend's in town, I'll go to a house, but it's much easier to stay here because then I don't have to drive a lot.
If you want to make everybody happy, don't be a leader, sell ice cream.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes of his.
What did you win the Guinness Book of World Records for?
We were the first account to hit 1 million followers on Threads. It was like
Because I have a Guinness World Record too.
Oh yeah,
Hand.
I think we probably have like 10. I
have one. I have one. Steve Jobs, I want to put a ding in the universe. I think that's what you're doing.
That's what we're working on. We'll see how it goes.
Are you a big Iron Man fan?
A little bit, yeah. It's a good movie. That's one of my favorite MCU movies.
Wow. Look at all your stuff.
Yeah. This got me in a lawsuit, so we'll turn that around.
Oh.
Because I had D's Nuts Bar, and
Yeah.
this guy who has a nut brand called D's Nuts, and yeah.
And somebody was telling me when they brought me here that you work with a lot of people in the bit. Tom Brady was here.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we've had Tom Brady, Justin Bieber.
I mean, what do y'all think? Would you become the biggest YouTuber on planet Earth with more than 300 million subscribers? Every word you say is broadcast around planet Earth in microseconds, milliseconds. You own one of the largest digital networks for a single individual. But yet you live like a fucking 19-year-old in a hostel, you know, in like a studio apartment. Even worse than that, it's like it's in an office building. It's literally an office building. Sam Wayne, this is funny. He might be. So anyways, I just want to give that out for context. I don't think anything else is on there. Choose your own definition of success. Success is not all about self-defining for one person. It's a mansion. Da, 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 da. Well, I do think that you should live comfortably, especially if you make that kind of money. If you live like a monk and it's not for any religious reason, it's just like pure workaholism, you know, that seems like a little bit of gluttony, if you ask me. Nugs, what's happening? Super secret, not in an office building, but I don't need a giant mansion. A nice flat is good enough. I get it, you know. There are a lot of nice flats, a lot of nice condos, apartments. Doesn't have to be a house. Might even be a small, older house. It's what you make of the home. But I mean, literally living in an office building where there is no ceiling, you know, it's just exposed AC ducts and bathrooms that are code, you know, to the disability laws. It's just weird. Captain said he would live in a lighthouse. Omega says, I'm autistic enough that I would be fine in living area like that. Oh, well, I mean, somebody would. There are a lot of, what was it? In Birmingham, they used to have these, like chic condos they made out of the old manufacturing buildings that had exposed brick and exposed ducking and stuff. Like, they look cool, but they didn't have that weird drywall shit that was just in the MrBeast video. The shit right here. Look at that. I mean, this office building looks like it was just made. I mean, right next door, you've got like an office, somebody working over here. You've got, you know, people doing, there's boardroom shit going on over here. There's filming stuff. I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be all right if you're working like that. I could see working like that if you're in a project and you need like a day or two to just crank it out. You're in crunch. But I wouldn't be bragging about the shit. Yeah, it does look like a hospital for real. Sam Wayne said, I wouldn't buy a mansion, too much cleaning. I would have a small ranch house with a tornado-proof basement and a shooting range. True, and I'll tell you this, you are 100% right about cleaning. Because I have to take care of probably about close to 7,000 square feet in two different places. And even when I'm not there, the shit gets dirty. So having like a cleaning crew come through after people come by doing the Airbnb thing, that costs money. It just costs money to maintain something like that. But I think that, you know, I still wouldn't live in a fucking office. I'm so sorry. Captain, if you have a huge house, you'll need an entire staff. That's true. Super secret. True. Smaller living areas are easier to maintain. 100%. But it sucks whenever you have, like, you want to have company or you want to have more than, you know, someone stay for a little while. That's always the worst part of that. Anyways, let's push on. Kermit, I thought my dream of living in a 25-car garage with a broom closet for a bedroom was crazy. That's not crazy. Like, I've actually slept in shops before. When we were working for SEMA, doing a car for SEMA, or doing one for CES, I remember I had to sleep in the shop 2 nights during that period, and that wasn't fun. I would never do that again. I was committed on that project, but to tell you the truth, I would never do it again because it's just not worth it. working on someone else's car like that, like trying to get it done, trying to put it, you know, your stamp on it, your name on it, it's just fucking not worth it if you don't own it. Anyways, okay, what do y'all want to talk about next? Do y'all want to talk about, what did I have on here? Do y'all want to talk DSP and the rich shit? DSP versus lolcow. We could talk about Deaf Noodles, but I'll just throw that in probably in a little somewhere because it's not very big a story. I tell you what, one, if you want to do DSP stuff, two, anything but DSP. And I'll get set up on this real quick. DSP versus lolcow. We got DSP versus lolcow. Yeah, he's shit. He's about to be in a huge beef with Keem. As soon as Keem gets unbusy with the MrBeast story, I bet you'll turn his attention to Captain Snorts. Okay, I'm gonna start with the rich stuff, and then we'll go into the because the rich stuff will be pretty quick, and then we'll go into the lolcow stuff at the end.
And basically, he's on stream, and you can see, if you look at his eyes, he is wasted. Now, I don't know if he's high. I don't know if he's drunk. I don't think he was drunk because he wasn't slurring his words or whatever. But this dude was, like, toasted, right? You can tell he was on something. And basically, they start playing the part where he's talking about this upcoming documentary. And he goes, like, June the King, he's making this documentary about me. And I don't understand because he didn't contact me. He didn't contact me to ask me anything in the midst of making this documentary, right? So now here's the funny part about it. I've said for many, many years, many documentaries have been made about me, and no one ever contacted me for any kind of information about one of them until June the King. He was literally the...
Okay, so just in case anyone doesn't know the context here, and if Duty's still in the chat, shout out to Duty. Link to these videos will be in the description box below. Oh, and if you haven't hit the like button so far, go ahead and hit it if you are liking this bullshit that I'm spouting at you on this Friday night. Go on and hit the like button. By the way, we did hit 7,000 subscribers, so I really should have. Thank y'all so much for that, because after last stream, number went straight up, and that happened earlier today, so I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for subscribing. Talk about nugs. Gonna raise up out of here before I give you the old.
How about this? Banned. Gone forever.
Thanks a lot, Terabit. Yeah, y'all did. Yes, he is talking about June the King. So when he's saying June is doing the documentary, this documentary, what he's talking about is before, I didn't want to play the whole thing, but before he was talking about June's documentary on him on DSP. And he was like, well, it's going to be bad, but I'm kind of, reserved to that fact. So whatever, it is what it is. But he's talking about Rich's documentary that June is supposedly making. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. I think he might be, but I'd have to look. Anyways, he's saying that he's going to react to Rich's documentary. He won't react to his own documentary, but he won't give up the chance to sit there and try to shit on Rich. So Rich was talking about that documentary and how June didn't contact him, and he talks about how, not talking about my family. Basically, it's the family stuff. Whatever. So that's where we're picking up right now.
The first person to ever ask me for my take on a few different things that he was researching, and he couldn't get a clear picture, so he wanted to get my take. And for the record, with the things that June asked me about, sometimes he would be like, okay, so your answer actually corroborates the information I found. And then other times he'd be very honest and be like, Phil, what you told me
I was saying that Phil never getting contacted for a doc before was cap. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I got you. Captain, did Kat's sister ever get in touch with her yet? Not that I've heard. She's been bouncing around in Pampers for the last week. I haven't checked up too much on her just because she seemed like she wanted to get a little bit more clout than, reuniting with her sister. So, whatever. It's a funny setup, and hope her sobriety continues, but I'm not into checking her feed every single day. I watched this. Okay, Broside Phil made a FOIA request to the Renton PD about Phil's police. So I watched this earlier. In fact, I made a comment on this. I was like, this new FOIA arc is the next best thing to happen. So I hope he does more of them. It'd be cool to talk to that dude. He sounds pretty interesting. He's also, if I'm correct, this is he just started streaming as well. So he's a new detractor. But he sounds like a little bit of an older gentleman, so big ups to all the older dudes out here trying to make it in this young man's game. The clout chasing is real. You are right about that. Avoid Jenna like the plague. I'm getting that kind of vibe.
Doesn't seem to be corroborated by evidence on the internet, so it's going to be presented as that you said this, but here's what I found.
Oh, that's what's up. Broside Phil is streaming right now with Vega and Steve of the Dead. Shout out Steve of the Dead. I heard he's back in the mix now after having his back surgery. That's pretty cool. That sounds like a fun stream. That might be why we've got about 80 people right now, which is not bad for a Friday night. I didn't expect it to be a super big stream, but we've got about 140 people. We've got some people on Twitter watching as well. Yeah, he said, Jace Way, he said he was a law enforcement or veteran, somewhere along those lines. So thank you for your service. Watching those dudes work it's always a pleasure because they'll dismantle a baby like Phil in no time.
Said you can do whatever you want, go for it. Make it the most honest documentary ever. If I'm wrong or if I'm misremembering, it should be presented that way. Yeah,
that's also right? Friday Night Tights.
So I appreciated that, but I get the feeling it's not going to make me look good. It's just not. It's not going to make me look good whatsoever because it's probably going to be things I misremember, heinous things I've done in the past, which I've already fessed up to. But that's life. You do things. It's like we all have our time in the firing line, right? We all did heinous things, and we're all in the public light. We're all going to have that negative light shined on us.
Nomadic Gaming, chilling at the Plasma Dono, working. Stream carrying you right now. I appreciate that. We'll see if we can carry on through the night on this Friday night.
At some point, and you got to face the music for what you've done. Correct? So it is what it is. So Rich apparently is so upset, right? Because June is making a documentary about him, but June didn't contact him to ask him specifically about certain topics, right? So as he's saying this, he's like, well, I'm just going to have you know that if he has something about a certain, I don't even know what he's talking about because he's mentioning like specific drama situations that I'm not into. I don't know what he's talking about at all. I think he mentioned something about like a Dropbox or a Discord or something. You know what I mean? Like just
Phil is so full of shit, by the way. He knows all about the Keno Casino drama involving the Dropbox. Let me change. Is the background music getting annoying to y'all? All y'all gotta do is tell me to change it if it ever does. But Phil's so full of shit. He knows all what's going on with Keno Casino and the Dropbox and allegedly all that kind of stuff. So for him just sitting here and being like, I don't know any of this, but yet recite exactly what's going on, not really believing that. So I really wish one day if Phil would just sack up and be like, look, this is exactly how I feel, and like not give a damn who he offends or whatever. Be like, yeah, I played WWE champions for years. I pissed away a lot of money. It fucking sucks, but I did it. It's my money. Give, whatever. Fuck you. But he can't do that because he has to be the perpetual victim for his entire life. And that is a prison that's worse than any man-made prison I think you could never put a person in. He just has to be the beggar, the town, not the town drunk, but like the town bum, you know, the lazy town bum, Hogan's brother. Yeah, buddy. All right, brother. All you got to do is give us another $15.99, or what is it? $15.61. Nomadic gonna run ops and try to get Kirsty to hit you up, and then definitely a boon to her streams. I mean, how would I be a boon to her streams? There's just like 80 people here, and we're just doing this for fun. I could set up like a good show for her. That'd be one thing. But again, she's working with Gundam. I just don't know when they're doing that. Whoop. Sorry. Phone went off. I don't know what they're doing, and I really don't want to get involved in it. And I don't want it to seem like sour grapes because, you know, it wasn't like that. We had a really good show and quality content. For whatever reason, Gundam didn't want to do it anymore, and he decided to fuck me over. Kind of how it went. The Jester, yes, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. It's like I was thinking of Game of Thrones, and they don't have a Jester. They had that one Jester that killed the king back during the Purple Wedding. But that was what I was thinking of. Thank you. Bug Mechanics. Oh shit, I was just watching this clip before I see that you're live. Yeah, I am live. Hey, hello. Let's continue.
Random things he's referencing, the layperson has no clue what he's talking about. Like, what? I'm not in on this shit, right? But basically he's referencing specific things, right? And then he goes, well, if he mentions any of those, I'm just gonna have you know.
We'll see. It's not just make it sound like it's a girl that I'm trying to date. If she doesn't come back in a few months, then you could take her out.
Okay. I'm not like Phil. I don't have a fake family. You know what? I took that personally. Yes, the me. I took that personally because I do have a real family. I have parents. I have a wife. I have a cat. And yes, you can joke he's my pet, but he's still part of my family, right? And I also have extended family and relatives. I have a family. Maybe I don't have direct children, human children, but I do have a family. Okay?
Human children. Human children, chat. Now, full disclosure, I don't have any children either. And I am a gentleman in my 40s. I don't see myself having children, and I'm fine with that. I'm seeing a nice young woman that does have children, so that's a whole other thing. So I get where Phil's coming from. You don't have to have children to have a quote-unquote family. He just needs to stop putting the fucking cat in there. And what Rich is really talking about is the lack of affection, the lack of connection that him and Kat have. And it's evident on stream, which is really bad. If strangers can see it with just the first time within a few hours of them being together in the same room, can you imagine how it is when the camera's not on, downstairs or whatever? It's roommates. It's roommates. You know, she's around to be the maid. She's around to do all the women stuff that Phil doesn't know how to do. And also, Phil doesn't know how to do all the man-husband stuff that he should know how to do, like fixing the fucking bathroom, fixing the fucking dishwasher. These are things that he has to do. He just thinks that you just get a mortgage to a house, and then bam, you're an adult, and then you can flex on other people that don't have a mortgage. Who gives a shit, dude? You've already defaulted on one mortgage, and you barely were able to hang on to this one and the car because you financed all that shit before you started getting in bad with the bankruptcy. Seems like 2017, 2018 was the last big purchases made in the Burnell household. Kat probably talking to someone online. That would be so fucking funny, Brittany. I would love to see that. I'd have him or her on stream to talk about it, you know, because if he found out, would he care if he found out? That's an interesting question. Do y'all think Phil would care if he found out, like we already know that Tyrone's hitting it on the back end, but if Phil was confronted with that fact, 100%, no denying, couldn't slip into a delusion to kind of, brush by it, do you think he would care? Or he would just be like, well, she does need sex. Because what he's about to say here in a minute about birth control kind of lets me know that either one, she's on like birth control that lasts forever, or two, maybe she can't have children, he can't have children. Because it's just this little smirk that he gives here in a second. And that's what made this video a little weird to me. Bug mechanics, as long as he's pulling Hogan's, he won't care. You're right. You're right. And I mean, we've already seen, what's his name? Steel Toe Morning Show give up his wife to a YouTuber just for clout. I mean, I don't think it's that crazy for Phil to give up his marriage for a mobile game. Damn, that is fucking sad. I know a lot of people in my life that have troubles, like big troubles, but I don't think I've ever known anyone or known of anyone that had an addiction to a mobile game. Maybe if it was like straight up gambling, like if I had a parent that was addicted to online gambling, I could see that. But that's gambling where you might be able to win something. This is just play money, or turning real money into play money. It's just some goofy ass shit. Before I start, I did want to remind everybody, I do have the donation link up at the top of the chat. If you want to donate, if you're having fun, be my guest. Doesn't matter. I'll still read out pretty much everybody's chat.
And I'm pretty upset that he would say that. Like, because he has kids, he's basically better than me. I want you to think about that. There are people on Earth that think they're better than you because they chose to have sex and not use contraception.
See that smirk? He thinks like he's better because Kat bought he's been paying for Kat's contraception since they met, basically. Either that or, his contraception is just not having sex. Because I don't see what kind of flex this is. It's like, yeah, I get it. Some people don't want to have kids. Totally get it. Totally get it. But and I don't care. Your entire life seems like Phil just bought it for that specific use. Like buying a toy for a specific use. He buys 3 or 4 controllers until he finds the one Goldilocks the right controller. He's done that with his significant others. And I mean, he didn't wait that long after Panda Lee to move one in. So it's a codependent relationship. It's the mom thing, mommy.
Contraception and reproduce. Literally the easiest fucking thing you can do in life is reproduce. You don't even have to work to do it, and it feels good. You're tempted to do it because it feels so good. That's the whole idea, is to keep the human race alive. This is not a challenge. This is not a daunting task. Anyone can fucking reproduce.
Except Phil and Kat, it seems. Why does he do this? Why does he say shit like this? He'll do it again in the Locale Live stuff. He'll talk about, why is everybody giving in these people money? This content is just bottom of the barrel. Why is everybody entertained by this? This content is just drama. It's just a train wreck. It's like, do you not understand your place? Do you not understand who you are? You're sitting here saying, oh, it's the easiest thing in the world to have kids. Did you have kids? Because yes, it's easy to fuck and get somebody pregnant. It's really hard to raise a child. And it's just me, but I don't think that Kat and Phil would make good parents. I just don't. They would be the most inattentive parents you will ever find. Either that or the kid will jump out the window because Phil will want to try to mold the child into him. And he'll probably get a child that wants to do like sports and, you know, to play football, be outside, work on cars, you know, work with his hands, work with his hands, work with tools. He likes to work out. The whole time the whole time Phil's just like, hey, son, you want to play Street Fighter 9? Your old dad's up to master rank again. No thanks, Dad. Me and my girlfriend are going to go fuck.
So to say that someone doesn't actually have a family because they didn't choose to reproduce is insanely stupid, insanely dumb, and insanely insulting. It just proves that the guy is a world level dunce. Okay? Can't believe he would say that about me. That's incredibly, incredibly insulting to say that I don't have a family. Okay? So the reason he said that was, oh, well, you see, I'm not like Phil. I have a real family. And therefore, there's things that could be in this documentary, right, that would be very harmful to my children. And that's why I'm going to tell you right now, if certain things are talked about in this documentary, I'm just going to have to strike down June the King. That's what he said. He said, I'm going to strike down the video. Now, it's not clear what he's saying. Is he saying he's going to copyright strike it? Is he saying he's going to flag it for bullying or disinformation? He's not outright saying what he means. But
this is a good comment right here from Rez. The kid would be easy money for him. I don't know if you guys have kids like I do, but the diapers are expensive, dude. That is funny. And it's also true. But the other problem is Phil will spend that diaper money on Hogan's. And that child will be neglected in some way. Inattentive, leaving, you know, Phil leaves the baby in the crib for the whole morning sesh, you know, forgets to feed the baby, takes the baby to the pediatrician and it's like, oh, they're trying to upcharge me with this fucking, with this bone marrow test, with this, you know, all these vaccinations for my child. They're just trying to upcharge me. Just give me the cheapest vaccinations you got. You got a 2-for-1 in vaccinations. You got some Groupons you can use. Do y'all take PayPal? I mean, that child wouldn't have like it wouldn't be like an SA kind of abuse life, but it would be mental torture because your father would just be nagging you like your mother. And your mother is just like a mute horse.
But he's essentially saying, I'm laying my intentions out publicly here right now, that if you talk about certain topics in this documentary, I am going to flag the video and have it removed from YouTube.
Yeah, Brittany's saying, I have 2 of them in diapers and they require a lot of attention. They're always trying to self-delete because they have no fear. Yeah, you couldn't be on stream for how many hours a day is he on stream? 6, 7, maybe even 8 hours a day on stream? You fucking kidding me? You couldn't get 30 minutes on stream. Maybe 30 minutes when you put him down for a nap. One, down for a nap. For the first, I don't know, 2 years. And since Phil doesn't leave the house, you know, this is what he does for a living is beg from home. And the horse does have training at the stables outside of the barn. So she's not going to be around the entire time. So, of course, he'll have to watch the child at the snort fort. But he would just have to put the child inside the stream room. Could you imagine a little crib in this fucking cramped ass closet? Stankin', sweaty as shit. Him sitting there wiping grease on the baby.
Okay? He actually publicly laid out this intention. All right. Now, here's the thing. I can understand where Rich is coming from. He has kids, and he's trying to protect those children. Okay, I get that. The thing is, I don't talk about on stream, and they decide to try to slap it all over the internet. I certainly can't help that, right? If anything, that just shows how insane my haters are, because it has nothing to do with me, right? But anything that I actively choose to bring up on a stream, that's on me because I brought it up, right? For example, as you know, I've been having some personal issues for the past 2 or so years, and I haven't ever told you guys what they are. Okay? I just tell you, sometimes I'm really stressed out. Sometimes it screws up my schedule. You know, but you don't know what they are. You don't know why? Because I don't want that to be part of my content. I don't want that to be a burden on my viewers. I don't want you guys to absolutely know every little thing that's going on in my personal life. Technically, it's none of your business, nor would I want to put that on you. You're coming here, all right, in order to have fun with me and have a good time with gaming. You don't want to hear my constant sob stories about bullshit going on behind the scenes. I shouldn't put that on you.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Earlier you were crying because you didn't make enough. People didn't give you enough money for groceries. You're dependent. Your daily food is dependent on the kindness of dent heads. Your entire business, quote unquote business, I don't believe that a social media account, a YouTube account, is a business, in my opinion. YouTube accounts are free. Anyone can have them. What makes it a business is if you have a company outside of it that controls all revenue brought in from social media. And I think he does have like some sort of Burnell Productions, whatever. But all it is just like a shell for money to pass in and go out. There's no cash flow. There's no rhyme or reason to this thing. It's just money comes in, money goes out. Money in, money out. Money in, money out. That's the reason why he's financially illiterate, because he has been conditioned to just be like a Pavlov's dog when it comes to money. Like PayPal ding, PayPal gone, PayPal ding, PayPal gone. That's the reason why on his bank leaks, it says iTunes for all the charges, because he doesn't have any money inside PayPal. So when he pays for those Hogan pulls using his PayPal account, they don't take it through existing money inside of it. They reach through and go to his bank and pull it out through there. But the person reaching through and pulling it out from the bank is iTunes, because he has the iPhone, and that's where he's buying the pulls from. I never understood why anyone was so mystified at that. Like when he was on the side scrollers, he was like, I don't know how that even happened. Well, how can iTunes be taking money? I don't even use iTunes. Give me a fucking break. Anyone knows payment processor shit. But it's just obfuscation, bullshit, trying to obfuscate how much money that he makes. The whole thing. Earlier, me and Meth Bear were talking about his tax thing and if he still owes taxes now. I'm under the impression that he probably still does owe taxes, but he's probably paid off the past taxes by now, because $750, $500 a month, that adds up. But all that money that he's paying with, he's not paying taxes on it. So it's just robbing Peter to pay Paul. Oh, duty, yes, we are talking champions. We are talking champions. 24,000 in champions in 2024. Are you kidding me? 24,000. What could we buy for 24,000, chat? What could he have bought for 24,000, chat? He definitely could have got a new bathroom. Shit. Less than 10,000 to get you a new bathroom. What could he got? What kind of car is super secret? What kind of car? He's got a 2018. It's a new-ish car. It's paid off. It's like a base model Corolla. But you could have taken the Corolla and the 24,000, put that together, and gotten like a, I don't know, a scat pack. Could have paid rent for a year. Yeah. Excuse me. Could have paid his mortgage probably for a year. Paid 10% of his mortgage. Yeah. Yeah. Invest it. Yeah. Especially with CDs running right now. The floor is 5%. Shit, all you got to do is just throw money in the air and they'll give you 5%. Reluctant saying a decent terrace for grilling. I mean, that'd be a badass terrace for 24 grand. 24 grand, that would be like a full kitchen outside. Covered. That's a lot of money. The addition to my house only costs like 40. And that's like 2/3 of it. That's a lot of money just to be given up to a fucking game. Man, this dude is a fucking baby.
Right? So I don't. Apparently, what people are saying is Rich has. Like, has brought up his family. He has brought up his kids and everything. And because of that, that's why it's in the drama sphere of talking about this guy. All right? So if there's literal facts on the internet about someone, because they chose to expose that to the internet and bring it up.
Oh, it's a 17? My bad. I knew he had like a 5-year, 6-year finance, but I didn't know if he had what year model it was. I assumed that since he paid it off in 23, he got it when it was new, but he probably got it like pre-owned new.
Why would that not be fair game for a documentary? All right. Now, here's the thing. If you feel that that information is harmful or is not true, because why would it really be harmful? Unless it was true and it exposes something bad that you've done, in which case just fess up and move on. Or if it's not true, then you need to debunk it. Correct?
Yeah, that's really rich coming from you, Phil. Just fess up and move on, right? Just fess up and move on. Phil, the reason why you don't fess up and move on is because you don't want to prove the detractors correct. It hurts you more than anything to prove other people correct. Because you think that you have one up on everyone, like you're above everyone. You're entitled for some reason. You're entitled to free money every day. You're entitled to have revenue, have a life. Just because you hit power on a game console and record on OBS. There are a lot of people that put in a lot of work to make a fraction of what this idiot makes. And one of the only reasons why he still makes money to this day is because the detractors end up making him. It's like he doesn't benefit directly off of it, especially monetarily, but the name recognition is a benefit. And there have been people that go to him that thinking that he's just a guy down on his luck, oh, guys, shucks, I don't know what I'll do for my money, for food. And there are nice people in this world that will give food, will give money to those in need. And that's who Phil preys on. The ignorant, the generous ignorant. Because I don't understand how you can make a total career out of begging. And people still, to this day, still give you money, even though they know that you're not using it for any altruistic purchase. You're not, your family is not in trouble. Your wife is not, sick with something where you can't afford the medicine. You literally eat DoorDash twice a day. I've never heard of people ordering breakfast DoorDash. Until I started watching this asshole, I never heard of that you could get breakfast DoorDash. Like, I knew that people made breakfast and you could deliver it, but I didn't know that people religiously got breakfast every morning. And his morning is like 11:30, by the way. By 11:30, like, I've done so much by 11:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous. And then you see him waddling on his stream. oh God, oh guys, it's gonna be a hard day of playing video games again, and not even interesting video games. Some of the worst, tedious, filler content video games you can ever pick. Oh my God, I got to stop talking about this asshole because it's starting to make me mad. He's a glorified panhandler. Like, these people have figured out that they can use the reach they had before the adpocalypse to subsidize all that money they lost, because YouTube, let's just face it, YouTube was just giving away free money up until the apocalypse. They would give it away to shit content, and it was great back then, but everyone knew that it was going to change. So when the gravy train finally ended for Phil, he had to figure out another way to supplant that. And voila, here comes super chats. After he got thrown away from Twitch, he just waddled his way over to YouTube and started grifting the entire community over here, because they might not have known him from Twitch, but the detractors know him. The pig nose is setting in, becoming rage. Yes. So let's go ahead. Let me finish. I think that's the end. Let me make sure.
So if that's the case, if this is a big deal, if the documentary comes out and has information in it that's misinformation, react to it. Expose the misinformation. Explain why it's misinformation. Add corroborating testimony or evidence, or if you can't do evidence, because I understand. Listen, firsthand, I'm someone who can understand where Rich is coming from in some of this, because there will be things coming up in the June the King documentary about me, about finances and personal information behind the scenes that I've been legally advised not to talk about. And I know that if I ever expose my own personal information to defend myself and clear my name, it would lead to people being able to harm me in other ways. And after weighing and balancing the situation, I would much rather just have people talking about one stupid thing that's not true and believe it than then get into 10 other things.
Yeah, the WWE champions. He doesn't want to admit that being true, because when that domino falls, they've got like, what, 6-7 years of lies that they could throw in his fucking face every day. He'd eat a pistol. That would be the one thing that makes him eat a pistol. If the detractors just like, if they won, like it was a totally 100% demolished, we have all the information, this is what he's been doing for his entire thing, he'll continue to stream. Like, he has too much ego and he has no shame. So he'll stream and, for the rest of his life, begging for change. Because he doesn't make a lot of money. This is not a lot of money. I've never understood why anyone thinks DSP makes good money, because it doesn't. It's money in, money out. That's all it is. DSP is just a payment processor for his own life. He just watches it go by. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. He's the quintessential consumer. Yeah, legally advised not to talk about what by who. Who did you pay, by the way, Phil? What lawyer did you pay to get this legal advice? Or are you just saying shit that you've heard on a movie? All right, let's stop with that one. The other one that Duty put out was the one about lolcow, and we'll do that. Because we're not going to listen to the whole thing. I think it's right about here. Yeah.
Like 4 days, and they're all saying almost exactly the same thing. Here's what they're saying. Phil, you were completely right about the show all along. The events over there have become incredibly heinous. The show has completely fallen apart. It's awful. And what was the other thing? There was one other thing too. So basically, the weird.
Okay, what he's talking about is that one quick thing that Keem said on Lolcow Live, one of the big Lolcow Lives that they did with Boogie during the Liar arc. Keem said, DSP was right. This show is going to ruin your life. Did ruin Boogie's life, okay? Now, I know that Keem meant that as like a joke. All right. But he does these little jokes, give people props just because he doesn't want to seem like an asshole 100% of the time. So, of course, I knew this was going to get back to Phil. And when Phil heard about it, since he's hearing about it like third, fourth, fifth hand, he gets it. He's thinking, oh, Keemstar was just like, Phil was right 100%. He's never wrong. He's always right. He'll outlive everyone. This is the reason why I give up in the morning. Phil's right. The content is bad. You know, he doesn't know any of this. Someone has told him. So he doesn't know the context. So I'll guarantee you this. 100% Keemstar has this clip. He had this clip as soon as it was out. There's probably a lot of people that sent it to him, but I made sure he had it. And I normally don't send like clips to Keemstar because I could send that to Drama Alert. But I sent this one specifically to him because of the very end of this video.
Weird part about it is people keep writing me and saying this. Like, oh yeah, that's what it is. They're saying they actually admitted on the show publicly that you were right all along about everything. Okay? So here's the thing. I don't watch the show. I'm never going to because I'm not a moron. Anyone who watches it is a fucking moron. That's my opinion. You can disagree with me. I think anyone who watches that show is actually like a complete idiot. Okay? There's no one who would watch the show who has intelligence because it's fake. The entire show is fake. Can I repeat that? Ladies and gentlemen, the entire Lolcow podcast, Lolcow Live, whatever the fuck it's called, is fake. It's scripted, you idiots. How could you fall for it and think any of that is real? You'd have to be a dunce. So congrats to how many member viewers they're getting every time that they stream it. It's a fake show, you idiots.
He is so jealous about all the money they're getting. I made like $10,000 this week on Super Chats in that show. Tommy made a shitload of money. He wasn't even there. Which we'll talk about Tommy in a minute because looks like him and Keem got a little something going on too. But he is right about it's not scripted drama because you got to understand how this works. Like Boogie lying about his cancer was something he did 2 years ago. Them finding out about it and that happening on stream was organic. The other things where he is tattooing his face and stuff like that, those things are planned out, but it's not scripted. Okay. So they have an idea of what they're going to talk about. I wouldn't say they're script. I know it's not scripted because Keemstar didn't write scripts. He might have an outline. They might have a docket when they have like a regular live stream, but these few live streams where Boogie has just gone crazy, he's acting, doing all that. Boogie is acting, doing all that. And I'm sure Keemstar knows that he's acting, doing all that. But this is the entertainment business. You know, are you not entertained? You can call it scripted. You can call it fake. You can call it whatever you want. If you're entertained by it, you're entertained by it. And I mean, that's what Phil wants. Phil wants people to throw in money if they're entertained by a subject. But yet, he can't stand it when other people are entertained by something besides him. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander, Phil.
How are you that stupid? I mean, if anything, it just shows there's an incredible group of moronic people on this planet who will fall for anything because they're so stupid, right? Now, what I would like to know is why all of a sudden in the last week, people are bringing this up with me. Like, what actually is going on? Because I feel like at some point I do need to be in the know just in case it does have some negative effect on me.
Okay. He doesn't want to know anything about drama. He doesn't want to be involved in drama at all. But he wants the flying monkeys to explain the drama to him. Just get in the drama, Phil. You don't have to be there and be too good for drama. Bro, you beg for money at 42. You have no retirement. You have a little bit of equity in your home. But you'll never be able to refinance because the home is falling around you. It's falling down around you. He probably thinks that the house is worth more than he paid for it, too. It would have been if you took care of it. But since you just let it turn into a fucking flop house, you'd be lucky if you got back exactly what you paid for it. And then again, you're on a mortgage, so you're gonna be paying like 2/3 of what you paid for, and he paid like $250. So maybe what? What do you think, dude? Like his mortgage like $450, $200,000. Maybe he got like 4% because he did get it back in like 14. I don't know. I hate it when he tries to flex his mortgage on people, thinking that the people in chat, the adults in chat, don't have monthly bills, child support, alimony, fucking medical bills, mortgage. He just thinks like he's just this special dove, that was able to get a mortgage before anyone else and has maintained it for 10 years. Hey, congratulations, Phil. Congratulations. You couldn't maintain them 13 credit cards. Couldn't maintain the first mortgage. You were basically just left with this. It was the last thing you had. Everything else you fucked up. Well, I love I just let the apartment go because the HOA was too high. Didn't even bother trying to sell it. Didn't even bother. It wouldn't have been as much as that I needed to pay it off. Well, that's your fucking fault. He just expects people to fucking subsidize his life forever.
What is going on over there that people are bringing me up? I have nothing to do with this fucking show and never will. I'm not stupid. I'm not a moron. Okay?
Yeah. X. Can we get a bunch of X's in chat, please? Never been stupid. Never been a moron. Okay.
You're right. So that I just want to know why am I in being discussed? What actually has happened over there? Can someone clarify for me what is going on?
Keemstar made a mistake by actually giving you a compliment. The smallest of compliments ever. But of course, this asshole will take it and run with it like, they're always talking about me. They'll never stop talking about me. You could have had that good money too. But it involved work. It involved showing up. It involved working within a group, giving and taking. And that is not Phil. Phil cannot work with other people. Phil's a taker. Phil's 100% a taker. He doesn't even give his wife shit. What wife, the married men out there, if you showed up with to your wife for y'all's anniversary and you gave her an Xbox Series S for the anniversary or a birthday or whatever, special occasion, just showed up with a fucking Xbox Series X. No games, not like she had a favorite game, or anything. Just the Xbox Series X, like the COD version. Call of Duty Series S. Yeah, cat got catfish. She just needed a fucking house. That's what a lot of these women nowadays, they just act like they just need a fucking place to stay. That they'll marry for a fucking roof. That's sad. I mean, cat licks windows, so what do you expect? But Phil knows. Phil just needed, it's like, I'm not even going to go that far. That's too far.
That my name is in other people's mouths now and are bringing me up again. Because, by the way, this year has been a great year. If you haven't noticed, no drama.
Yeah, Kermit knows. Of course. Any woman with self-respect would take that fucking Series S and throw it through your computer, you're streaming. You're like your Xbox Series X. Should have tossed that motherfucker through that TV that you're paying payments on. Son of a bitch paying payments on a fucking $400 Vizio television. Talking about I'm successful. Hey, fix your TV trays and your dishcloths that's holding your limited edition art back there. Looks like somebody fucking went in the dumpster at a Hot Topic.
Drama. I've literally stayed out of all drama. All the drama is fabricated and outside of my streams and content. Any drama, I'm not getting pulled into it. I've stayed the fuck out of it. On purpose.
I heard she was also getting her ass beat up and down by her Asian boyfriend, Subaru Man. So, I mean, damn, a Z-list celebrity that has an extra bedroom looks really great when motherfuckers are punching you in the face.
Purpose, right? I have no involvement with it whatsoever. I don't want to be involved in it. But I feel like every once in a while, I have to ask what involvement I have. Like, why are people contacting me saying I was right all along, you know, and they admitted that you're right? What are you talking about?
That's all he wanted to know. He just wanted to know how did you say I was right? Why don't you go watch the stream, dude? Why don't you be a man? You know, I know you don't pay any employees. You don't pay people for their work. You think you deserve free money for showing up, but you won't pay people that actually put work into your content. And I think that's more disgusting than anything. Like, we can joke and laugh about how he pisses money away on WWE champions and shit, but I can't stand a YouTuber that'll fuck over support staff. And support staff needs to stand up for themselves and be like, I'm not going to make this bullshit until you either give me A, money, cash on the motherfucking deck, or equity in the asset. So I'm not just working like a fucking slave. You know, and Phil's not the only one that does this. Tommy C does it too. So, you know, we're not just shitting on Phil tonight.
Right? I don't think you're being discussed. I think someone just said that you won't over them because your stability and ignoring drama.
Yeah, that's the other thing that makes me that I don't like him saying when he's like, I'm successful. No savings, no retirement. He doesn't know how to save because he's never paid for a credit card. I mean, literally, he's never paid off a credit card. He's had 13 and never paid off a credit card. Ever. The only thing that he ever went full term on was that car. Just because Kat was probably paying for most of it with her job. And she needed it. Because if he didn't need a car to get to the, you know, his one day out, you know, baby's day out a week, then he wouldn't have had that fucking car. But that's the only asset that actually he owns. You know, the bank owns his house.
Bringing it up this past week because Boogie had a horrible freak out on the show. People seeing Boogie break down, but people remember what you said about the show being bad. Is that it? Okay. Boogie got forced to have a face tattoo. That doesn't even make sense. No one can force you to have a face tattoo. If Boogie got a face tattoo, that was his active choice to do something for the show as a stunt so more morons would watch it. You understand? He got forced to do something. That's scripted.
No, it's not scripted. He came up with it out of the blue on the stream before. And then he tried to think about, does he really need to go through with it? He wasn't going to make Boogie do it. But for some odd reason, Boogie just wanted to go through with it. That's how it went down. There's a difference of scripted and just knowing what the fuck is going on. No one's rehearsing getting a fucking tattoo, Phil. That's not how this shit works. I know you don't understand what production YouTube looks like because you just sit in a closet behind a webcam playing video games, waiting for someone to give you money. But there are other people out here that make content, make production level content that gets reoccurring revenue. And not just AdSense because, you know, you have 16,000 videos that give you a quarter of a penny every month. And there's so many that it adds up to a $1,000 or $2,000. And you can pay your rent, your mortgage, you can pay your insurance, you can pay all your big bills with it. But the other bills, you rely on the kindness of strangers. You're just a beggar, dude. Just a beggar.
How do you not understand that?
Boogie took the easy way out to get the heat. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I don't even think the heat is off. I think it was a funny stunt. Like, it's not scripted, but I'll call it a stunt. It was a funny stunt. He'll probably grow to regret it. But it's entertainment. You know, Keem's on his Jerry Springer arc right now. He's hiring people that have fucking tried to sue him. The motherfucker owns YouTube right now. Shit, there ain't many people on this platform that don't work for him.
Wow. So is that literally it?
Exactly, Nugs, exactly. Yeah, dead air, by the way. 16-year YouTuber sitting there reading fucking text. Dead air. Reluctant, not even for that, but he should sell out completely every now and then. Bills got to be paid somehow. This is the entertainment business, you know? You're here to entertain fans, make them happy, inform them, you know, provide them with some sort of emotion outside of their real life. You're not supposed to come here and be like, guys, I need money to pay for my bills. Bills is due. I got my bills due later on. And Wings does this shit a lot too. Are we going to get paid? How much are we going to get paid? Keem will be like, oh, we made a couple thousand. Well, I think we made like 2,200 actually, Keem. You know, what about this $100? I'm really worried about this $100. These are men in their 30s and 40s that shit themselves whenever they lose out on $20 and then want to try to act like they're fucking celebrities or they got it all together or some shit. Give me a fucking break, bro. Give me a fucking break.
See, I just like, what does this have to do with me? Why is my name even being brought up? Don't. I want nothing to fucking do with any of these losers. You understand? I don't. I want nothing to do with people who are exploitative, because that's really the truth. The entirety of that.
Why does Keem subject himself to them? I'll tell you why, because I know why. He likes the challenge. Everyone said to him, this is a dumbass idea. Said putting Boogie and Wings, and at the time, DSP. It's like, no. After DSP left, they were like, this show will be nothing. And he wanted to prove him wrong, because that's how Keem is. He wants to work at it until it fucking works. He has a vision, and he goes for it. And it might, he hadn't hit, he's not 100%. His batting average isn't 100%. But I think he has scored with this podcast. Shit. They're like top 5% for super chats on the days that they're up. What's up, Reg 1990? That's real money. For them, not for Keem. For Keem, it's like, power bill money as the compound, They probably make like 15, 20,000 in super chats a month. Now, let's just say they make like $2,000, $3,000 per person. That's nothing to Keem. But everyone else, that's like how they're able to keep their homes. So I would say that, yeah, the Locale Live experiment did work, but it's anchored by Keem's celebrity. Without Keemstar involved, none of these babies could do this shit, because they, at the first sign of pushback, they'll give up. They're fucking quitters and losers. It takes Keem having to fucking wrangle these cows to get any kind of viable content out of them. So he put in the work. He should get all the props to it. I was surprised he gave DSP just a little bit of props, but of course, Phil takes it in the opposite direction and makes himself look like a fucking idiot.
That group are exploiters. They exploit themselves. They exploit others. They're just exploiting in order to get shock value content for really dumb people who don't understand they're being exploited themselves to just keep perpetuating dumb content, right?
Much like when you take mentally disabled people and push the sob story to them, and they've had trouble in their lives. So if they have some extra money, they'll give it to you under the impression that they're helping. I would consider that exploiting people. I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey guys, I need money for my bills. I got to pay my insurance. I got to pay this. I got to pay that. And then you go to another channel and y'all figure out that I'm wealthy. And I sit there and, well, Josh was just talking about he needed money for his bills and his food and stuff. But now I'm learning that, you know, he drives nice trucks and cars, has a house and all this stuff. That's exploiting people. Maximus trying to hit me. I'm not, me personally, the Locale Live thing, I don't like it. It's fun to play in the dirt, but Keem's much better when he's doing stuff like the Kris Tyson story. That he's much better doing that than having to wrangle these tards. It just seems like he puts too much energy in that project for such a little return. The cloud is great, like the just having, you know, 20,000 real people concurrently. That's a great achievement, but they're just there to witness the train wreck. How do those people attract others? Not only that, but pay for them. I don't get what you're saying. How did those people attract others? And not only that, but pay for them. Well, I mean, the viewership is actually part of the pay, but the super chats in streaming is really what the biggest money around here. Electrobuzz, a lot of us watch Duck Dynasty 2. They're entertaining. Yeah, I remember watching them back in the day. They were entertaining until they got annoying. I used to live in that same city, West Monroe, Louisiana. That shop where they sell all those duck calls and shit. Literally like it was across the bridge from where I was living. Yeah, Keem quit the show 2 weeks ago and Boogie was fired a week ago. And then all of a sudden the fake cancer stuff was exposed, and that caught Keem 100% by surprise. I mean, I don't see why people think that he knew about that. He didn't know about that. If he would have known about that, it would have been handled much better in the beginning. But he didn't know about that. It was just thrust on to him. So exactly when he got the information, you know, from then on, he's trying to make a show. He's trying to get these tards to do specific shit. And if you want to call that scripted, you can call it scripted. But again, Keem doesn't write scripts. He might tell you what to do, but there's not a script being like, you got to say this, do this, and, you know, put this in there somewhere. That's too organized. Boogie's been fired and unfired like 3 times now. Yeah. That's that show. They just go back and forth. It's just a big ass train wreck. That's the show. And if you don't like it, don't. I mean, seriously, it gets annoying. I get it. It gets annoying because those men are babies. But it was funny, the stream before when Boogie was freaking out. He could have been doing that for the camera, but it was still funny. Keem seems to turn like he turns chaos into cash. Is very interesting talent. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've seen him do it for years. I've seen him make money on shit you didn't even know would make money. The makeup line that he did, I heard he made like $500,000 on that. Yeah, it's real reality TV. I mean, it's about as real as you get. You can say shit is scripted, but these are still people on stream. You know, they would have to be one hell of an actor to do these, to act like that for hours and hours on end. Now, I'm not saying that some of these people don't act up for the camera. Keemstar is the master of hyping up relatively benign drama. And a lot of the stuff in the very beginning of Lolcow was benign drama. And I hated the fact that they did edited podcasts. I was like, why don't you just get the guest on the live stream? Everyone wants live streams now. No one wants to sit around and watch a fucking 2-hour-long video or a podcast where dudes is just talking. They want that interaction. So I'm glad they finally went to fucking live streams. I've only been saying that for months.
It's kind of like what the side scrollers did with my haters last year. They literally kept bringing me up in a negative way so that they would keep getting money from my haters because my haters are morons. So the more that they brought me up in a negative way, my haters would pay them more. And then eventually it dried up. So they said, fuck it. Why are we going to bother with that? Right. But my haters were too dumb to realize how stupid they were. So they kept giving that group money for literally nothing. Do you really think they care about me? No, they don't. They don't care about me at all, but they would only bring me up when they knew it was.
Why does someone have to care about you to bring you up? Why do we have to care? You want people to care about you when they bring you up? That is so codependent.
It's time to milk the morons again. How are people so dumb?
I don't know, Phil. Why don't you ask your chat like you're doing right now?
So dumb that they don't understand when they're being exploited. You need someone to like come and slap you in the face or maybe kick you in the balls to know that you're dumb and you're being exploited. Like, how stupid can you be? The moment you watch that kind of content, you've already fell for the trap and you've given them exactly what they want. Exactly the thing that they want.
Later, you know, he's just going to give a begment here in a little bit, but I don't understand why he doesn't see that he's exactly the same thing. He is exactly the same thing. No, he's not sucking cucumbers or getting face tattoos, but in his own way, he is pitiful. This life that he leads is a weird alien hermit lifestyle. You know, oh yeah, Rez, I find it very strange that we live in a time where the Truman Show is a legitimate thing. 100%. I mean, it finally came true. You know, for DSP, he has constructed a world inside his head in this little closet where everything is great. No matter what happens, everything is great. He's sitting here talking about exploited people. Yet, it was a few years ago where he was literally begging his viewers for money because he couldn't pay his taxes. His taxes. When you can't pay your taxes, you know what that's a sign of? That you're a habitual overspender. Because you don't understand when you acquire revenue that some revenue does have to be put aside. But in DSP's world, the way he does it is the revenue that I'm going to pay for taxes is going to be earned when I'm paying for taxes. So we'll worry about paying that money when I'm making that money. I call it lottery winner syndrome because it's those people that win the lottery and then they go broke in like 5 years. even though they had like 20, $30 million. And people are sitting there looking like, how the fuck did you do that? Phil. There you go. That's how you do it.
You and your stupid attention. You're giving them money. You're giving them popularity, right? For what? For trash. For the lowest common denominator of content. Content that could only be possibly classified as harmful to the world.
Okay, I don't think anyone's been harmed by Locale Live, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But low-grade content, let's go ahead and audit what we're seeing on screen right now. We've got a 42-year-old man in a shitty $200 gaming chair, a $100 mic, got some TV trays with some tablecloths, maybe like $10. You got about $10 in art, a little $20 lit up sign, and $10 in LEDs. Got a webcam and a Dell. Is it a Dell computer or a laptop or something? A Vizio television, a PlayStation, and an Xbox. I mean, we maybe have $1,000, including all the gear, and he's been doing this for 16 years. So this is pretty much poverty streaming at its finest. You know, it's squeezing every single nickel. It's begging people to give you $2 rather than $1 because PayPal takes out 50 cents no matter what. Oh, and the shirt. Definitely that shirt. Brittany, I've always wondered how people spend $150 million in less than 6 months. Fucking people like Phil. When you have to order DoorDash for 2 people in the morning, for lunch and for dinner, that's 6 DoorDashes. Okay? It's just an average of $20 per person. That's $120 a day in food. That's with them not going out to a restaurant. Maybe they go to Red Lobster or something, and it's a little bit more expensive. But we're definitely spending upwards around $100 in food every day. Every day. So $700 a week food bill, and we're not even talking about groceries. I mean, that money goes quick. Especially before when he was servicing debt on those credit cards. Fuck, he must have like a few $1,000s in just interest payments before touching a principal. And this is on little dinky ass credit cards.
I'm going to repeat that. That kind of content is harmful to the world, to human society as a whole, right? Remember when they did the Anna Nicole Smith show back on TV and everyone said, oh, that's not harmful. That content's fine because she's in on the joke. I mean, yeah, she's a train wreck. Her career fell apart. You could tell that she's high and drunk half the time on the show. But who cares? It's fine. She's dead now.
She's dead from prescription pill overdose. And she's also dead because she had access to unlimited money and she just killed herself with drugs because she was too much of a glutton. By the way, I just got a couple of super chats. One from Terabit for $5. Thank you so much, Terabit. Saying loaner money. Well, dude, I appreciate it. I needed that 20. I needed that 5. For real. Loaner money. It's for my loaner art payment later on. Thanks, bro. Also got $2.17 from Milkman Leroy. Hey, Josh, I sent you a DM on Twitter. Made you something. I hope you like it. Wanted to show my support and appreciation for what you do. Hope you like it. Cheers. Oh, for real? Thanks, dude. I'll check right now. I'll check right now. Here we go. I'm not going to read it to everyone because this is a DM, but I hope I can show this to everyone because I do want to show this. He made me a skeleton because of the bullshit. Let me I can show this. Thank you, Milkman. That's awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, cool. I do have permission. And then Rooftop Korean. Thanks. I see it. I'll look here in just a second. All right, let me pull down Phil. Stop this and percent. What do y'all think about this? I think I'm going to go ahead and change this up and put it on my OBS right now, as a matter of fact. Some loner art. Yes. Yes. Loner art in the motherfucking house. That is lit. All right. We're going to change that up. Let's change that up. Let me do this. Save that right there. And go to the studio. Give me 1 second, everybody. What happened? I might have to convert the, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I can't do this on the fly right now. I appreciate Milkman. I'll put it up there on the next stream. That shit's tight. That shit is tight. Got my cup, shot glass, got my cigars, my blunts. Just took a big old hit. That's nice. Damn, I appreciate that. It's always cool when people make me fan art or something. That's the one thing that I never experienced working at Drama Alert. People will be like, oh, you know, I like working at Drama Alert, blah, blah, blah. But they never make any artwork. So it's the one thing that I'm no good at on YouTube. It's art, you know, graphic art, stuff like that. That would be awesome to put it on a skateboard for real. Like the Bones Brigade kind of look. That would be sweet. I think the arms are meant to be like that, like the holder, like the cup is a holder, like a cup holder, basically. Oh, look at that. Yeah, no one's going to take it away from him. Yeah, boy. No loner art for me. I'm an owner. That's fucking owner art. Sweet. All right. Do y'all want to continue on with Baby Man DSP, or do y'all want to do something else? One's if y'all want to move on. Two's if y'all want to keep on with DSP. I'm going to play the very end because that's the one I wanted to play, but we're going to kind of get through it a little faster. All right, let me let's blow through this. Because the very end is the best part.
Evidence of how heinous this stuff is. So let's do a whole show based on it on YouTube, and let's give them thousands of viewers every show. Wow, you guys are real fucking smart, huh? Genius level. Anyway, that's my say on it. I'm never involving myself in any of that shit whatsoever. So go ahead, saying, you know, they put my name in their mouths. Understand something. It's not me doing it. I was correct 100% on that content. I was 100% fucking correct. All right? I know what I'm talking about. You stay the fuck away. Right? You stay the fuck away from that content. You don't engage it. You don't talk about it. You don't support it. You don't mention it. And eventually, when the crap hits the fan, all right, all you're going to hear is excuses from everyone involved. Oh, we didn't know. Oh, it wasn't serious. Oh, it wasn't meant to take. Yeah. Whatever you say, the writing's on the fucking wall. Right? We have the track record. We see what happens with this kind of content and shit. We already know where it's going. So if you want to be part of that degenerate shit, you want to go to hell, go for it. Satan's waiting for you with 2 hot pokers for your ass when you show up. All right? Me, I'm staying the fuck away from it. I have better things to do with my life. Fair enough? I'm done.
Satan, if you watch Locale Live, you'll go to hell. Man, this dude has nothing in his life. It's YouTube videos, bro. And you watch YouTube and play video games and wait for people to give you money. Break down exactly what you do for a living. You wait for people to give you money. You wait for people to hand you money. Anytime you say support, I always tell people to replace it with money. Guys, we're low on money. I wish we really could get some more money today. Guys, can we go ahead and get the money right now? I would really appreciate some more money. Stop being a pussy. Stop being support me. Support me. Support my lifestyle. Strangers. My wife and I, we lead a regular life. I swear. Please pay me some more money. I literally can't go a day without getting free money. I literally can't go a day without getting free money. In fact, on my day off, I need to tell everyone what I did on my day off just to have content for the next day when I'm waiting for people to give me money. The reason why Phil outlasts people, because it doesn't cost anything to wait. To sit and wait for your entire life for something, to wait for people to just throw change at your feet because you're a clown. Remember, you're a clown, Phil. 100% a clown. You pissed away a lot of good money in the very beginning on statues, on toys, on shit that wasn't worth anything. Trying to make people envy you because you got a fucking apartment, a shit. You got snowed on an apartment mortgage. Couldn't pay that off. You had to snow people all the way across the country on a condo. So by the time the entire Ponzi scheme imploded, you could still keep the condo, but you had to eat it on the apartment. And let's remember why he ate it on the apartment. Because his mommy told him to just leave the keys. Just leave it, Phil. His aunt died, so she couldn't pay rent anymore. He literally said that. He's like, she can't pay rent anymore because she's dead. Didn't bother doing anything, any kind of work after that. It was just like, oh, HOA is charging me every month, and I'm not getting any money off of this. Then fucking sell it or rent it out, you bum. You're the richest bum on YouTube. Literally. The richest goddamn bum on YouTube. There's a lot of people that beg for money on YouTube. But there ain't many that get 6 figures off the fucking shit. Wait, were you the reason why Keem said he's going to sue DSP? Probably. Because fuck Phil. Let Phil come to the real world. In fact, you bring up a very good point, Nugs. After he did this little diatribe, claiming stuff is fake, claiming this, that, and the other, making big man claims, with his full throat. It seems that when Keem got wind of this, somehow, that Phil decided to change the description on his dumb little podcast that has literally like 45 chapters in it. Look at this. There's a chapter, Weekend Plans and React Day. And it lasts there's a chapter for that portion of the man. Whatever. Look at all this fucking busy work. OP Boone, you're a fucking slave, dude. I hope you got a day job. But this is what he put on this. This is what he added. Note, the opinions shared on this podcast are my own. You can disagree with them, but they're solely my thoughts on the matters discussed. Enjoy. Way to bend over, bitch. Go on and bend over. What a fucking bitch. Don't say that. It's not the first time that he's taken people to court for dumb shit, because we're about to talk about another just purely Keemstar classic. Like, I don't know how this dude does this shit. We're getting off of DSP. Fuck a DSP and his fucking poverty streams. All right. If y'all haven't heard, Keem hired someone to do short form content for Drama Alert. Because if you didn't know, Drama Alert is coming back. They're going to have a live show, and the Drama Alert channel is going to be having content again. I have been, well, I'm not going to say that. Let's just say that I do talk with the Drama Alert guys a lot. So the other day, Keem says there's going to be a new person that's hired on for Drama Alert. I was really interested to see who it was, because I thought, well, maybe it was, what's his name? Willie. Maybe it was Willie Mack. Willie Mack would be a good pickup. And I think he was offered that in the back in the day. He just didn't want to take it because he wanted to grow his own channel, which I understand. But Drama Alert provides the kind of exposure that you just can't get from a regular channel, you know. But anyways, he was teasing. He said, oh, I've got someone new that we've hired for Drama Alert, and we are going to be announcing it, and he is starting in August. And if y'all don't know, or anyone hasn't figured it out yet, the person that Keemstar hired to work for him is none other than Deaf Noodles. The man that sued him for making a tweet calling him a PDF file, and righteously sued him, like they went, I think, a year and a half through the court system, spent tens of thousands of dollars, both sides, for it only to end in a draw. And the settlement was pretty much just, you go your way, I go mine. Well, he is now working for Drama Alert as their short form content host, meaning IG, maybe some Twitter stuff, probably shorts. Maybe he'll work his way up into the actual main chair, but we'll just have to see. But I thought it was very funny that years ago, when Deaf Noodles was just totally shitting on Keem, he couldn't stand him. Keem was the worst. He's the devil. You know, a few months at rehab changed his outlook, and now Deaf Noodles is employed by Drama Alert Incorporated. Who else can take someone that sues them and turn them into an employee? That's fucking crazy. I don't know if I could do that just on principle. If I had, if Keem had come after me for that channel shit, then we would have had to battle it out. I don't think I would ever come back to work for him. Are you kidding me? That's another bend over situation. Now, I don't want to shit on Deaf Noodles too much, because he's probably did go off to rehab. He hadn't been heard from or seen in like months. And even though I don't know that he went to rehab, it kind of seems like he at least stepped away from the internet for a little bit. So he's supposed to be starting on August the 1st. And it seems like he might have a specific show, but it's under the Drama Alert banner. Rob Byron. Keem Keem hired him just so he could fire him. That would be funny. That would be funny. When Def Noodles is on and doing good, he's a good asset. I did hear that his comedy club is closed down. We can check that out too. Let's see here. Def Noodles Reddit. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There is a picture of his comedy club with a closed sign on it. Yeah, I would expect he does. I mean, yeah, it's that guy, the one that had the cat ears. He didn't have to talk in that voice anymore, but he could sure do it. Look, people are desperate. I mean, Boogie did it. Yeah, he tatted his face. I mean, dude, people need that money. Before, when they were making good money, you know, Def Noodles and Boogie, they were making tens of thousands of dollars a month, man. And when you start living a lifestyle where you're getting tens of thousands of dollars every month, like clockwork, and you could just spend money like there ain't no tomorrow. Like you don't even have to ask for prices on shit anymore. You just keep living that lifestyle, but then the revenue starts going down. It's a hard fall. A lot of people don't want to give up or step back down, you know. They don't want to give up that nice house. They don't want to give up that nice car. Let me see if I can find that picture of his comedy club, because I know I saw a picture of it closed down. And it would stand to reason, too, because paying for that thing, and it's not working. Like, they're not doing any work out of there. But, I mean, it's on the Sunset Strip in L.A., in West Hollywood. I mean, the fucking rent on that shit must be $50,000 a month. I think I saw it on Twitter. Sorry, y'all. This is just an interesting turn of events for me. Also, looks like Def Noodles put up like a 3-second video on his channel. It's around somewhere. Man, I knew I should have taken the screenshot of that thing. Yeah, sorry y'all, can't find it. But his comedy club has been shut down. It actually might be in the Yep, there it is. Def Noodles Comedy Club, updated July 2024. Closed. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, that comedy club was cringe as fuck. It was just a bunch of homeless people doing bad comedy. And he didn't ever like use the power of being a YouTuber, really, I thought. It's like there were YouTubers that were willing to go to this spot to do shows. I know that Vito and Dig Masterson did a show there, and they were thinking about doing other shows. He had a separate area in there that they used for podcasting, but he just like shit all over the work he was doing to do this work, which I thought was the dumbest thing in the world. Why would you want to burn all the bridges when that's exactly when you needed them? It is a horrible spot. It's a bad area too. Like I remember going down there because Adam 22's shop was close to there before they moved it. And I'd gone down for VidCon in 2018. So I know where this is at. I didn't go in here because it wasn't around in 2018. But I remember this corner. because this used to be a guitar store or a music store. Looks like a fail faux restaurant. Yeah. Definitely was a music store. I know that's what it was beforehand. You can kind of tell too. But it's a big space. Like, it's not just these windows that you're seeing. That door on the side right here, that shit would lead into the back. I mean, y'all have seen the Salvo video where he went in there and shit on Deaf Noodles. What's Salvo up to? He's got a new Oh. That's a good one. I give him that one. Let's go ahead and get on over to the Tommy C stuff now. That's a good lead in. Speaking of lolcow and fake scripted drama, it seems like the person that's never on the live streams, Tommy C, is finally at his come to Jesus moment, working with Keemstar. He has to figure out whether or not he wants to work and make money, or he wants to, I don't know, stay true to his 50 fans at STP for some odd reason. Anyways, what had happened was Keem sent Tommy C a NDA. And I read a little bit of this NDA, but it's 7 pages long and you can only see like the first page and a half. He is saying that it's an open-ended NDA. Keem is saying it just really takes care of all the financial information. They can't talk about all the money they're making or how much they're making or any kind of the principles around that. Now, Tommy's also saying this, and this is where I think it becomes a problem. Keem says, can you believe the guy who destroys all the content on lolcow by interrupting people who basically is getting checks for doing the absolute minimum work won't sign an NDA to stop sharing financial information about the show? Weird, huh? Now, these posts that I can't see right here, these are Nick DiOrio. And Nick DiOrio had said something publicly about the money Tommy was getting, something about $500. He blocks me, so I don't get to read his fantastic work. But whenever I see this, I know this is Nick DiOrio. So I think Nick is saying, why don't we get in a call and like hash this out? Tommy says he's got to wait till Tuesday. He's already done too much of his own on his off time, because if y'all didn't know, Tommy's on vacation. Vacation from what? I'm not too sure, because as everyone knows, he doesn't have a job and his wife pays for his child support and the home that he lives in. You know, basically, if she didn't have a good credit score, they wouldn't have any place to live. But he's on vacation from whatever work he was doing, which I thought lolcow was his work. So really he's saying to his work that he doesn't want to work, but he doesn't want to sign an NDA either. I don't get it. Anyways, he's on vacation for some reason. And he's saying, I won't sign this NDA. Keem tells him whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Here comes more Nick DiOrio trying to sweep it up. He's got his cape on. He's trying to suck off Tommy and appease Keem at the same time. And that's when we get this. Tommy's saying, if I said it in my stream, he didn't hear me. He specifically said, you said, talking to Nick, I told you in the DMs. Jesus Christ, this is fucking Karen shit. Really does not matter. I'm not mad at you, Nick, because I'm never signing an open-ended NDA in any universe. And I would be more than happy to post the full NDA in public to end this myth. Because to end this myth about shares. Because when everyone sees the NDA, it'll become clear that this has nothing to do with private financial information and more to do with making me support things, he says, publicly under the pain of legal action. Fuck that shit, I think is the legal term. Mind you, Tommy doesn't show up for these live streams, and they're the things that make the most money. I think he showed up for a couple, but I can't speak on the NDA because I can only read the first page. So open-ended, maybe, but in this situation, what you do, Tommy, what most men do, Tommy, is they hire their own lawyer, and your own lawyer looks at it, makes revisions, then you send it back. If they don't want to settle, they don't want to compromise on it, then you got to be a man and sack up and say, do I want to continue with this gig, or do I want to just, do my own thing? Because it looks like that y'all are probably going to have to be signing some legal paperwork because y'all motherfuckers don't know how to keep anything under wraps. And I wouldn't trust you even now showing the NDA to people before you even, kind of figured it out behind the scenes. You just want to be able to call out Keem in case you're put in a position where you think it's more advantageous to shit on Keem and to jump off that boat like you did with Baited and run away and not have any shit on you, right? Because Tommy doesn't have skin in the game. Tommy doesn't have money in his house. He didn't work for money for years and put it away and save for years and buy a house and, car and taking care of his family. No, his wife did all that. Even the little bit of money that he does make from Lolcow Live, Keem does that for him. If it wasn't for Daddy Keem, then Tommy wouldn't be making the little money that he makes from the shit. So when you work for a corporation that's dealing with money like this and deal with proprietary financial information, I understand that. Now, the open-ended part about them saying, I can't talk if there's scripted drama, XYZ, that's all for your attorney to make up in the revised NDA that you send back to say, I'm good with this, I'm not good with that. You were just so offended at the letters NDA that the first thing you had to do was take the screenshot and show everyone. So if I was Keem, I wouldn't trust you even if you signed the fucking thing. But this is what Keem says about it. Mark my words, this is going to be your L to live with. We've already been through this before on Baited. All that big talk kept you irrelevant for an entire decade. So keep talking like a big hard guy like you think you are and catch another L. And this is when you get Tommy really mad by insulting him on him being a loser. He says, you're right. I'll take the L. I've done it before, but no one will ever say I supported fake drama. SFTP fans will support me. They will not support me being a lackey. An NDA means forced and fake drama under pain of legal action. Wow, there's so much integrity in this man. And then I feel bad for Xylee because she just kind of chimes in. She says, Keem, you said on Loca how much the show is making. And he did, but he was correcting the record. So this is what he had to say to Xylee.
Xylee, what is the context in me saying how much people got paid on the show? What is the context? Just a simple fucking question, Xylee. The reason why I said how much people got paid on the show is because Boogie told CoffeeZilla that he wasn't getting paid anything. That means somebody on Lolcow Live leaked financial information.
Take it easy, milkman. Have a nice dinner.
And then I have to deal with a retarded reply from you, excluding the entire context of the situation, saying, Keem, you're the one that did it. No, Keem, you're the one that you did it. No, Keem's the one that corrected the false information about the financial fucking payments of this show. Then Nick tells me, Tommy C told me how much you got paid and that, he was going to be deducted $500. Now Nick is saying, oh, well, maybe Tommy didn't tell me. Maybe I learned it from your show. All right. It's just nonstop misinformation. It's a spin of the fucking truth and what's really fucking happening at every corner, even with you, Xylee. We can't just say, well, Keemstar corrected Boogie on saying that he didn't get any money from the show. We can't say that. No, we got to fucking spin it as Keemstar's the one that leaked it. That's how we got to fucking spin it, Xylee. Good one.
So Xylee called a hot one. But Tommy did have a little video that he put out on it. And I'm going to have to take this down to find it real quick because it was hard to find before. But if y'all couldn't tell, I really don't give a shit about Tommy. I don't have any respect for him. I think he's a loser. You know, I think he hides behind the fact that his wife can pay for his lifestyle. And that way he could just play around with kids on the internet all day long. But here's the response that Tommy gave, because he's on vacation right now, mind you. He's been working really hard. He had to take I think a 1 week vacation, maybe 2 week vacation. He's working hard.
We did that. He already refused. This is just, this is my thing. We did that.
Yeah, he was saying, in the context of this was a person asked him saying, oh, why don't you revise it or talk it out or compromise? And he's saying, no, we talked about it. He refused. What he didn't do is he didn't take it to a lawyer. He just looked at himself and he was like, I'm not signing this.
We did that. He already refused. This is just, this is my tattoo, and I'm not getting one. So that's it. I didn't reveal any financial information. Apparently Nick DiOrio did, and Keemstar released that we made 10 grand a month. That wasn't me either. So he's taken what Boogie and Wings did and tried to put it on me too. No NDA. Now, under no circumstances, even a limited one. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, you work for an entertainment company. Like most YouTubers, most larger YouTubers make you sign an NDA. The only reason why I didn't have to sign an NDA when I first worked at Drama Alert is because Drama Alert wasn't incorporated back then. They actually were incorporated probably the same month that I left. I was like one of the last people that, you know, was underneath that regime where when you got paid, I just got paid like through PayPal, you know. Now when you get paid through Drama Alert, you have like a 1099, you got all the stuff, you got to do taxes, all that shit. I didn't have to claim any of the money that I made on Drama Alert. It was a good bit. I tell y'all what, why don't we take a quick break? I can play a little music, take a quick break because I need to go smoke just half a cigarette real quick. I got to blow my nose. My nose is starting to be stuffed up. Let's take a quick break. I've got a song that it's an AI song. It's not like the pimp songs that I've been playing. It's a little bit more laid back. What it is, it's a 70s funk rendition of Frank Zappa, Troubled This Way. Trouble's Gonna Come This Way. And it's a really good song in and of itself. And I was going to lead off tonight's show with it, but, you know, I wanted to do Blue Balls instead. So, do y'all want to do that? Take a quick smoke break. We'll come back in 4 minutes, and we'll finish it up with the Kris Tyson PDF file Discord leak stuff. But be back in 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and listen to a little Trouble Every Day.
Well, I'm about to get sick from watching my TV. Been checking out the news until my eyeballs fail to see. I mean to say that every day is just another rotten mess. And when it's gonna change, my friends, is anybody's guess. So I'm watching and I'm waiting, hoping for the best. Even think I'll go to praying every time I hear him saying that there's no way to delay that trouble coming. trouble coming every day. Wednesday, I watched the riot. I've seen the cops out on the street. Watched them throwing rocks and stuff and choking in the heat. Listen to reports about the whiskey passing round. Seen the smoke and fire and the market burning down. I mean to say that every day is just another rotten mess. And when it's gonna change, my friends, it's anybody's guess. And I'm watching and I'm waiting, hoping for the best. Even think I'll go to praying every time I hear him saying that there's no way to delay that trouble coming every day. No way to delay that trouble coming every day. Watch them throwing rocks and stuff and choking in the heat. Listen to reports about the whiskey passing round. Seen the smoke and fire and the market burning down. I mean to say that every day is just another rotten mess. And when it's gonna change, my friends, is anybody's guess. And I'm watching and I'm waiting, hoping for the best. Even think I'll go to praying every time I hear him saying that there's no way to delay that trouble coming every day. No way to delay that trouble coming every day. No way to delay that trouble coming every day. No way to delay that trouble coming every day.
No way to delay. Trouble's back, y'all. Yeah, I needed that. How y'all doing out there? Y'all working real hard or hardly working? We're keeping it live here on Friday night. Talking the bullshit, talking the trash, talking it up. What's cracking? I'm back. Backing and cracking, I'm back. Electrobuzz still smoking. Congratulations. I can't smoke in the office. That's the one thing that I will not do at the house. Like whenever I have to go smoke, I go out to the garage. I'll smoke in the garage, but you can't smoke any cigarettes inside my house at all. No weed, no nothing. You know, I lived in a house where I smoked in it and I didn't like it. So I like it much better doing it in the garage. I don't know where y'all smoke at. First person I've seen has been listening at work. All right, finally. Trying to keep your spirits up while you're making that money, making that bread. Let's do a couple of things here. Let's get a little background. A little Mr. Calical. Because we're going to be talking about some really weird shit when we're getting into this Kris Tyson stuff. So I don't know exactly how long I want to focus on it. We'll go until either I almost vomit. Like that's a good acknowledgement that I've gone too far. Or B, anyone in the chat vomits. So if you do vomit when we're talking about this story, just put an emoji in the chat so I know. That way I can move along. But let me check donations to see if I've got any coming in since we left. No, there's no support. I am broke. I need the money for bills, for groceries, for cat supplies. My horse needs hay. My feet have gout. My DoorDash order was wrong. And now Jasper got out. All right. Let's get into the bullshit. Man, I'm not even looking forward to this fucking shit. Anything I can do to just prolong having to delve into this shit, I'm doing. In fact, we could do this. Because I don't know, is anyone watching the opening, the Olympic opener right now? Before I got on stream, I was watching, and it's in France, right? It's in Paris, France. And they have the weirdest opening like ceremony I've ever seen. And I'm glad that Libs of TikTok actually caught this, because I wanted to clip it, but they got it first. Who saw this?
Performing a song King costumes and another video with its own.
Everyone was calling, they were saying, oh, this is like the Last Supper. Motherfucker, this was third supper for this bitch. Look at this shit. Look at this. I like these two dudes over here, though. The ones that are just like, they inquisitively looking up at the sky at nothing. Everyone's voguing. Like, you got this small Asian child down here at the table, and you've got DJ Heavy D's in the mix. You know, I like Pioneer Pro DJ gear. When I was a DJ, this was the kind of shit that I used. I feel sad that this is in front of these people. I feel sad that this says Pioneer DJ and that it's in the same frame as these people. Really. The other part that they showed was like it was a metallic horse riding on a submarine on the water. And maybe I can find the video of that, because that was equally as weird. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is the Olympics. How does this have anything to do with Olympics? Where is it? In the meantime, let's take a look at this quality content. Who likes Ricky Berwick?
Hey guys, Wolfram Triple here.
I'm the classic cute Canadian rat pool.
And we're here to tell you, when you walk out of the theater tonight, don't spoil the movie.
Yeah, people who spoil have no friends.
Yeah, if you do, you will die.
I'm kidding, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm okay.
You got me.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Don't spoil the movie.
This actually hurts. I think I'm losing brain cells.
Hey guys.
I thought that was pretty funny. Big ups to Ricky Berwick. He was one of the only people that disavowed Shadman. And I think he apologized to Keem, because if y'all didn't know, Shadman drew Keem's 8-year-old daughter at the time in a sexual manner. This was an old drama. It happened before I started working at Drama Alert, but I definitely did hear about it. Snorlax. Yes, that is Ricky. I'll play it again because I don't know if everyone was paying attention when I did it. But this played before the Deadpool movie. No, Ricky hasn't died yet. That was Crip. That was Crip that died.
Hey guys, Wolfram Triple here.
I'm the classic cute Canadian rat pool.
And we're here to tell you, when you walk out of the theater tonight, don't spoil the movie.
Yeah, people who spoil have no friends.
Yeah, if you do, you will die.
I'm kidding, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm okay.
You got me.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Don't spoil the movie.
This actually hurts. I think I'm losing brain cells.
All right. Get that. All right. Whew. Here we go. Kris Tyson leaks. All right, this is the account that had most of them. It's the one that Keem tweeted out, so it had all of them. Yeah, that was in theater, by the way. Cope and Steve, the Kris Discord server drop makes for an interesting reading. At least we know what drove Chandler to find God. And if I see anything, I've gone through a bunch of these, so it's just all text. There's not any pictures, but let's keep an eye out. Let me see if I can try to find. This is talking about locking the porn thread of the NSFW part of the server. Mind you, this was children could access this. The situation. Here's Lava saying situation was handled correctly. Never call my staff members abusers. I know who I put in that position. Chandler the God. It's cause on my app, but the Discord app won't update. And then Black Dick from Lava. There's kid stuff. While actions are taken on the server that has an age limit of 13 with a mod team, including minors, there are clearly a few weird interactions occurring. And I could show some of these. This kid is one of my old Minecraft friends, but I don't have enough. He needs to chill out. Permaban him. This is a little bit more. Where is that? Daddy's slutty little pet. Wow. I didn't see that before. Let's see here. In November of 2019, the server was cleaned, it seems, for anyone who actually cares about slurs, though think that's at the low end of the issues, lol, considering an emission of porn combos in the gin. I don't think Kris has said anything that hasn't been deleted. Is a pretty bad look. Yeah, I would say so. I don't think Kris has said anything that hasn't been deleted, so they went through and cleaned the server for what Kris said, which I guess is the reason why I'm not seeing much of him speaking in these chats. Jesus, did they have a fucking open NSFW channel with minors in the server? Why is a minor having to point out to Kris that they should delete this? What the fuck? This is the one. And since you've joined, there's mysteriously been an NSFW channel. Just kidding. I have no idea who made it. There's been a channel here since day one. Never used it before since Pornhub exists. Yeah, but this time there's no traps. Lol. Oh my god. Is this? I think that might be Kris the Meme God. There he is. trying to see if I can make this bigger for y'all. Hold on. Because this is the important one, I think. There we go. See we can. Okay, this is Brooke the mom. This must be a girl in there. Okay, I do think it's a bit inappropriate, and it should be limited to those who actually are appropriate age, because it's open to everyone, is it not? In my opinion, there should be more restriction on it. And then this person right here says, hey, Nathan, I'm okay with that. I don't have any issues with the channel. What I have an issue with are minors that have access to said channel. And then here's Kris. Is there even a way to do that? Discount my milk. No, not really, no. Kris, so what do we do? Lol. Do we just remove it? Nathan, no, people like it. What? Even if there was a way, anyone can lie about their age. So just give up. Or just, why would you even have it there? Kris, yeah, true. I mean, to be fair, the internet is full of porn. Huh? Is that going to be the excuse you use when they really get you for fucking around with kids, Kris? Well, the internet's full of predators. Discount milk. Discord says that if you can't regulate it, then don't have one. It's the responsibility of the server owner to prevent minors from viewing pornographic materials. And then Kris claps back with, what am I, a parent? Aren't you a parent? Isn't he a parent, though? I mean, I know he left his family so he could dress like a woman, but technically he is a parent, right? Discount milk laughs at that. Wow, dude. Lava, the alleged grooming child. I say we get rid of it because of the fan base of Beast and Kris are most likely under 18. Ha! This kid is the only one with any sense. Shade, that's true. Well, I mean, at least make the channel locked to mods. What? So the mods can jerk off in there? And then they're talking about it in the voice chat. But I mean, good God. What am I, a parent? What am I, a parent? These kids, what do I have to do with these kids? I mean, what am I, their dad? Or their mom? Am I their mom now? When I was younger, I was looking at porn. What's the big deal? Internet's full of porn. Hey, Beast, let's go make a video with these kids building schools and shit. Maybe we can make a video giving away toys. Let's just interact with these children. What am I, a parent? Why do I have to keep away pornographic images from children? They can just look it up on their phone. What the fuck? And if Beast didn't fucking see this shit, that's on him. Because if he wants to run everything in-house top down, well, now he's got to get a third-party outside investigator to look at everything. So what good was it going in-house? Still got to go outside. He's just pissing away money because this dude wants to jerk off around children. That's fucking stupid. And I don't know Kris's net worth. I'll check it right now. I probably imagine he's a multimillionaire. And the only reason why I bring that up is because people with that kind of high net worth understand that you don't want to be caught in situations like this, because it could be a honeypot. You might be a fucking pedophile that falls into a honeypot. You know, you're fucked either which way. I mean, you should go to the wood chipper. That's what you should fall into. But these kind of people always get hit up in some sort of sting. Okay, Kris Tyson in 2023, he was worth an estimated between $3 and $5 million. So yeah, more than enough money to know how to conduct themselves. So again, you know, some people when they get money, they thrive. Some people when they get money, they destroy themselves. You know, it's a thin line too. A lot of people when they start to get like massive amounts of money every month, money that purely like 100x's your day job kind of money. Like I've known people that had that happen to them before. Like they were working on YouTube and they were doing okay, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, was paying a bill or two, and then they had like a viral video, and all of a sudden, you know, the next check is 25 grand, and that might last for a couple months. So you got, you know, $100,000, whereas 4 months ago, you know, you were barely scrapping it together. Like it can change just like that. But a lot of people, when they get that kind of money, they, you know, $100,000 is a lot of money. But after you pay taxes on it and you do your bills and like maybe you start to put money into a house, like that 100,000 is gone. Especially with the way the economy works in the U.S. nowadays. Shit, $100,000 may last you righteously if you didn't make any more money. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3. If you stretched it out and you didn't have a family or any kids. But this dude had a few $1 million before he was 30. And what did he choose to do with it? Become a woman. Talk inappropriate to kids. You know, I'm not their mom. I just dress like her. Yeah, it's a down payment. Definitely. If you're a young person that's just now purchasing their first piece of real estate and learning how all that works, that's a great thing. Who was it? Bo Blacks. Bo Blacks has made money doing his Twitter versus thing, and now he bought his apartment. I don't know if he bought it straight up cash or if there's a mortgage on it, but he owns it. And he's real young. He might have been younger than I was when I first bought my house. 24. He was younger than 24. But any person that, you know, buys a house in their 20s, they know the secret to having wealth in this country. It all starts with that house. But people like DSP just think that's where it ends too. It's the reason why his house is a decrepit. If someone walked in there with cameras and looking around, it would probably look like one of those hoarder homes where no one's been in for years and years and years, and just has like, you know, everything is dirty except for the path that they walk every day to go to their closet to stream. Whatever. Ugh, I don't really want to talk about this fucking dude anymore. This dude's fucking making me creeped out. Do y'all still want to hear about this shit? I mean, everyone by now knows that this dude's a fucking creeper. I mean, this kind of shit right here, I can show you more of it, but this is all it is. It's just him fucking shirking responsibilities of being an owner and also fucking throwing caution to the wind as far as owning a piece of the brand of MrBeast, which is the largest YouTuber in the history of the planet. And he's going to throw it away because he wants to do creepy fucking trans shit. Yeah, I'm done with it too. Everybody else is done with it. Fuck it. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Make it, bitch. Shut the fuck up and eat it. Fucking based.
That might have been the last thing that I had to show y'all for tonight. I'm trying to get my shows a little bit more tighter, concise for y'all. Rooftop, can you play a commercial that MrBeast ran for his candy bar? Yeah, sure. Is it called? It's Feastables. Feastables. Was it the Super Bowl commercial? This one. This is the one you're talking about, right? All right. We got a request from the Rooftop Korean.
What's the biggest thing you've ever made?
The biggest thing I've ever made? Probably these nuts.
When Jimmy told me about these nuts, I knew it was going to be huge.
When Jimmy first told me about these nuts, I thought he was crazy.
I love these nuts.
Same.
I keep a pair on me at all times. These.
I guess this was before the feminine face surgery. And also, whose Aventador is this? Is this Beast Aventador? No, is that a Aventador or a Huracan? I think it's a Huracan. That's a Huracan. Whose Lambo is that? That's not Chris's Lambo, is it? I don't watch MrBeast. It wasn't my beat on Drama Alert. The Jake Paul stuff and the MrBeast stuff was farmed out to the Brazilian. Let me go ahead and continue that. I'll back it up a little bit.
Huge.
When Jimmy first told me about these nuts, I thought he was crazy.
I love these nuts.
Same.
I keep a pair on me at all times. These nuts taste so good.
It's like this amazing peanut butter chocolate flavor. Nut tap.
That's good nuts. You have to try these nuts. Go to Feastables.com right now if you want some nuts in your mouth.
Didn't he get sued over
These
that?
nuts. These nuts.
These nuts.
So yeah, in this video, I fully recreated and animated MrBeast's These Nuts commercial in Lego. And here's how. First, I designed a minifig that will represent all of the boys. We have MrBeast, Nolan, Carl, Kris, and
These nuts.
No.
even including the original prints, which accurate as I could. Even include
Nice jacket. How much did this cost? A Super
What's
Bowl
the biggest
commercial.
thing you've ever made?
That's like a few $1 million for this dumbass shit that he filmed in his fucking warehouse. He barely had time to film the Super Bowl commercial. In fact, everyone was filmed either coming into work or leaving. Look.
The biggest thing I've ever made? Probably these nuts.
When Jimmy told me about these
Coming in.
nuts, I knew it was going to be huge.
When Jimmy first told me about
Leaving.
these nuts, I thought he was crazy.
I love these nuts.
Coming in.
Nuts.
Same.
I keep a pair on me at all times. These nuts taste so good.
It's like this amazing peanut butter chocolate flavor. Nut tap.
It's not that I'm mad. I'm just disappointed. No more. No more. Oh, they be making money. They might not make money on the sponsor, on like when they do charity work sponsorship things, but all that back end has a price tag. This shit is cringe as fuck. Good pick though, Rooftop Korean. This is a good pick. Definitely can get down with that. I love quality bullshit content. That's why I like doing the show with Gundam. It's like looking at dumb shit on the internet with somebody else that works in this sector. Let me see if there's one more. Oh, well, yeah, here's that picture that I was talking about when I said Beast looked right at the Shadman art. This was what I was talking about. This picture right here. You have Beast looking at the child porn art purchased by Tyson right there on the wall. Not even in a frame. He couldn't wait to just fucking stick it up there with tape. I've become aware this pic is 7 years old. And oh yeah, I haven't shown the this where is yeah, I do want to watch this.
Hi everyone, it's Kamala Harris. Each day we are seeing our rights and freedoms under attack, including the right of everyone to be.
Can you write off charitable donations on your taxes up to a certain amount? Yes.
Who they are, love who they love, openly and with pride. So as we fight back against these attacks, let's all remember, no one is alone. We are all in this together, and your vote is your power. So please make sure your voice is heard this November and register to vote at vote.gov.
Can I get an amen?
Amen! Now on with the show.
And remember, you better vote.
Hi everyone, it's Kamala Harris.
No, it's not. Vote these nuts. Vote these nuts for president. These nuts 2024 Presidentes. Let me look at the donations. No more. I think that's about it, y'all. I'm about 3 hours. Yeah. I think I've bored y'all for quite enough tonight. I think I've bored y'all or hopefully I've entertained y'all with a little bit of cringe. Before I go, is there any requests? Is there any comments, criticisms, maybe shit that you want to see? Hopefully, Monday, I'm going to be streaming again. I'm going to try to set that schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if I don't stream on Monday, I'll be streaming Wednesday and Friday. If it's too much to do 3 in 1 week, then I'll do Wednesday and Friday. I appreciate that, Captain. That's a man, baby. Yeah, my mind is melted. I am fucking shot. I am fucking shot out tonight. Well, I'm glad you came through, Brittany. The one thing that we do well around here is fucking cringe content. That is 100% a fact. The Boogie Meltdown, I covered the stream before. We could talk about him getting his face tat that says liar, but he was on a bunch of psychotropic drugs when he did that anyway. So I thought the meltdown was much more interesting. But we did that on the last stream, so I don't want to double it up. But any requests for the music, the outro tonight? I've found a couple of new AI channels, there's this one song that I wanted to do. It was a funk remix of Huey Lewis's Money for Nothing. If y'all want to listen to that, that's pretty bad. That's pretty badass. I don't want to do Kool-Aid Girl tonight because we didn't do any Jenna stuff. So we'll save that for when we do Jenna stuff if I figure out anything else. Bus from Snortwave, Twist My Twipples. That's what I'm going to pick tonight. We're going to do that Money for Nothing. Just because it's pretty good. Now, it has the F word in it because it's the original Huey Lewis in the News song. So I hope no one's offended, but that's why we're doing it at the very end. So this stream doesn't get age restricted. But I like this version of it. In fact, if you were a house band that was looking for a song that was different, but an easy lyrical song, this would be it. This is pretty good. Anyways, that's it for tonight, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming out. We'll be back live next week. If you want to get in touch with me, all you got to do is hit me up on Twitter at Josh Pescator. That's JOSHPESCATORE. Almost couldn't spell my own fucking name. But that's it for tonight. I appreciate y'all coming out. Let's go ahead and end it for tonight with Hard Artist. This is a new artist with Money for Nothing and your motherfucking chicks for free.
Now look at them yo-yos, that's the way you do it. You play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, them guys ain't gone. Maybe get a blister on your little finger. Maybe get a blister on your thumb. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. See the little faggot with the earring and the makeup? Yeah, buddy, that's his own hair. The little faggot got his own jet airplane. That little faggot, he's a millionaire. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. See the little faggot with the earring and the makeup? Yeah, buddy, that's his own hair. That little faggot got his own jet airplane. That little faggot, he's a millionaire. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. Look here, look out. I should have learned to play the guitar. I should have learned to play them drums. Look at mama, she got it sticking in the cameraman. We could have some, and he's up there. What's that? Hawaiian noises, banging on the bongos like a chimpanzee. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Get your money for nothing, get your chicks for free. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. Listen here. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. To play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Money for nothing, chicks for free. Get your money for nothing and your chicks for free. Ooh, money for nothing, chicks for free. Money for nothing, chicks for free. Money for nothing, chicks for free. Get your money for nothing, get your chicks for free. Get your money for nothing and the chicks for free. Get your money for nothing and the chicks for free.
Dire Straits. My bad.